This is Zach Howard, and you're listening to the Real Nerds Podcast.
Hey, Real Nerds listeners, your favorite host Ryan here to remind you that social media is great. How great is it? There's many ways you can find the Real Nerds on social media. You can download us on iTunes. You can listen to us streaming on Stitcher Radio. You can call us 720-6nerds5. Aw man, our website is so cool. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You want to leave some fan mail? Oh, that's so easy, realnerds@gmail.com. Twitter, we got it, @real_nerds. You can even like us on Facebook. Thank you so much, and hey, enjoy the show. Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast of Denver Comic Con 2016 and beyond. Back on Father's Day for 2016 is Denver Comic Con. Isn't everybody excited that it's on Father's Day again?
I'm very excited. I mean, I'm always excited. I don't care when they do it.
I don't have a son, so it doesn't matter to me, but I imagine it's doubly more exciting for you this time.
I know, and he's going to be old enough next year to pull shit off shelves and I'll have to buy it, so.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try to convince my dad to go. He probably won't want to, though. No? I'll ask him, the week. I'll be like, hey, I got tickets. You want to go? I'll be like, I have no interest. So I'll be like, okay.
If you're wondering who that voice is, that is Henry Jarvis, a very tall black man who is now on our show. No, he's actually a white guy. You have a black man's voice. You've ever been told that?
Yeah. I've when I was in middle school, because I got this voice when I was 8.
Really?
Grade. Oh, yeah.
Wow, so you're like the ladies' killer back then.
Been rocking it for a
Actually,
while.
you almost sound like Reed Saunders from the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Have him say a play or something?
Yeah, can you say, now batting for the Rockies, outfielder, Charlie
Now
Blackmon?
batting for the Rockies. Outfielder, whatever the fuck his name is.
Nice. Whatever the fuck his name is a great player.
Can you really slowly say Larry Walker?
Larry Walker.
Actually, say, you're listening to the Real Nerds Podcast.
Yeah, you should.
My name is what?
Go ahead, sorry.
My name is Henry Jarvis, and My name is Henry Jarvis, and you're listening to the Real Nerds Podcast.
That's
Very
pretty
good.
That's awesome.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a great radio voice, and it's your natural voice.
Ah, thank you.
So, Henry, what brings you to Real Nerds Podcast?
Well, primarily it's because I wanted to come on because you guys are awesome, and I happen to live in Denver, too. So,
Oh, stop.
oh, no problem.
And also a little effeminate, because, gay marriage passed today, so James fit that bill very well.
James and I are getting married later today.
Very
so,
cool.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, now we can.
Well, you could in Colorado anyways.
Yeah,
but
I mean, now I can do it, in
now
Alabama.
Yeah,
so.
now you can go to Alabama and do it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That explains the rainbow
don't-
t-shirt he's wearing.
I don't want to go to Alabama and do that. I just don't.
No, I mean,
it's really just Alabama.
every other state's fine. It's Alabama's the one you probably don't want to do.
I wouldn't want to go to Alabama and do most things.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, when you think Alabama, you only think racists. Sorry, listeners who live in Alabama, but
No, that's the thing. That area, Mississippi, literally just ratified the 13th Amendment that abolishes slavery.
yeah.
They just forgot about it. It wasn't their fault.
So that's still
they just figured it was
doesn't
spoken
matter.
for. They were like,
It doesn't matter. That's so irresponsible.
It fell under the rug, man.
James, don't make excuses for racists.
I mean, sure, it might have fallen on the rug. It's still racist things under the rug.
Yeah,
it was a Nazi rug. So
that's like what they did back in the 60s. Everyone just turned their back. It didn't matter that people were being oppressed. It's just they just forgot. They just forgot that they were shooting with fire
It's not our
hoses.
problem.
Yeah. Spoken like a true fucking Yankee.
Speaking of which, the movie we saw this week was Ted 2, which deals with the same thing.
It does.
Which is really ironic that it happened today, the day that they released the film.
It's
Yeah.
a very
I was
ironic.
thinking that the whole time.
as we were walking in the movie, I told Rafe, I was like, I really hope they make a lot of already outdated gay jokes.
Yeah.
And they got close a couple of times.
They got
He was like, I gotta
pretty
speak up for the
close, yeah.
homos, and I was like, oh, no, you don't.
It was great. But yeah, so you actually stole my bit. Every week we go see a new movie and we podcast our experience for the world. This week we saw Ted 2.
Did you hear the anger in his voice, right?
I could. I was like, I immediately regretted it.
You should. You should. There's a very nice synergy we have here, and when it's taken away,
I'm sorry.
it's all right.
I will come back.
No, please do. You're welcome every week. But you're also a filmmaker, and
I am, yeah.
we do films here, so you're in the process of making a film.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about your film?
All right. The film is called Notes of a Depressant.
Sounds good. Happy.
Yeah, it's a dramedy. Probably it fluctuates between more comedy and drama, but
Very cool.
it's based off my experience in high school with teenage depression. It starts. It's about these two seniors in high school who they both attempt suicide, and the school they don't succeed, and the school when they come back they decide, well, in order to make you feel better, we're going to partner you two up together. They don't like each other, so that way, like, you always have someone with you as kind of like a buddy system. And they don't like each other, so that's not really going to work for them. And they realize from that experience and how the school like kind of handles it in a very poor way, they realize that really people who don't have depression have trouble understanding what depression is about. It's about how they decide to write a like novel or a memoir or whatever about what it's like to have teenage depression, and yeah, it's the process of them writing that book. So
that's a deep film, not like this guy. This guy makes green screen Jean-Claude Van Damme shit.
It has themes of mayors like abusing power
Corruption.
and
You're
corruption.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So almost the same.
Reconnecting
Yeah.
with
So
your
are-
So are you the
A
writer
father,
and
son,
director of
daughter
this?
type
I am the writer, director, producer, and I'm one of the actors in it. So
Are you an editor as well?
probably,
You're just like Brad.
yeah.
Except for the acting part, he's a horrible fucking actor.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
the Podge is fine. So like, he does his best. So
No, he's good. I always rip Brad because I'm so bad on camera. But what was that one like show you did, skit you did for the people who think they're funny and they're not? Laugh You Bastards. You were really good in their last little bit.
Which one?
That's the one where you. It's their last one they did.
Is the one where I'm at the doctor's office, or
he's
the
just
one
trying to
where
compliment you. Just let it happen.
Just take the compliment?
Yeah, this fucking guy.
Thank you.
People
Yeah.
will say like our work is good. He's like, it's not that good. This fucking guy, nothing's good enough for him. So, is it a feature length film?
It is. It's 115 pages.
Wow.
Total. And so we filmed around 75% of it so far.
Wow.
Sorry.
You're fine.
And yeah, we have 25% left. Our goal was to film all of it in June. That didn't happen, but that was our goal. And so
It's hard when it's independent films.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We for our pod show we wanted to do one a month, and then we realized like, fuck, this is not gonna work out.
Yeah.
But so, how do you get the funding for it? Is it just all?
It was just all
guerrilla
savings.
film?
Like, yeah, it was like I'll classify this. It's a micro budget film. It's like $3,000 budget. And like the reason why we're able to make it for so cheap is just like throughout the years I've saved up my own money and like had that be the budget, and I also own my own equipment from that. Like a little backstory on me. I went to the Denver School of the Arts for filmmaking as my major, and so it was 5 years of filmmaking experiences I learned kind of through there, like how to set up a shot and how to use every kind of camera. And so through those 5 years I saved up for all that kind of equipment. So now I already have that, so I don't need to rent it out or anything like that. And then all the actor wise and crew wise, I just like handed off the script to them, and I was just like, hey, I can't give you a lot, but I will try to make the experience of filming this as pleasant as possible, and if we do somehow get into some kind of money, I will give that to you as much as I can. And they liked a lot of them just liked the script enough that they said, well, we can just do it for free. So
Nice.
that was very beneficial.
What hat do you like to wear the most?
What kind of
Directing, writing.
Oh yeah, fedora
Totally.
all the way. I just tip it all day long. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really look good in any hats. I mean, like the audience can't see the podcast, but I have like really long hair and like,
Beautiful.
it's like long and thick, and like every hat, it makes my head bigger, so it just like I sits on it like a child's hat. Like, so I like put like on a cowboy hat, and it'll just look ridiculous. So like,
But you have such a sexy voice. You have sexy hair. Dude,
know.
come on.
I know it's a shame. So
I just can't find hats that fit my head because my head's too big.
I have the same problem. So
Yeah, it's horrible.
but yeah, I mean,
But you like writing, directing.
yeah,
That's what I was really asking.
yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm primarily a writer, and I just like, for me, like, it's weird, like being a director or like being a writer and then seeing someone else take your screenplay and then make it kind of their own thing as a director. And I just don't feel comfortable with that, like, at the moment. So I would much rather like direct all of the things I write. So I'm primarily just directing it because I want it to be my own kind of thing. And so yeah.
When do you hope to have the film finished?
Well, we have our goal is Sundance. Well, that was our goal. The only problem is that in the past, the deadline for regular decision has been September 18th, and this year they pushed it up, and the deadline for regular decision is September 1st. So we're like a month behind already, and so we're going to try to get it done for Sundance. But if that doesn't happen, and then we'll aim for the rest of the films throughout the year. So, And then if it gets nowhere, I'll just put it up on Vimeo or something. And then we can see it for free. So
Well, I hope it works out for you.
I hope so too.
What possessed you to write the story?
Well, like I said, it's based off my experience with depression, and actually, well, bummer tone for a second. I actually started developing it when I was a junior in high school after I attempted suicide.
Oh.
I spent around 2 or 3 weeks in the hospital, and it was just like, and then like everything, then how the school handled it, I felt was not, and my family thought was just not as proper as it should have been, and I felt like I should write this now as a way to tell people who have depression, like teenager regardless, like that, like what I learned from the experience, and like how I found kind of like a purpose in my life, and how I kind of bounced back, essentially. I think that's a message that people that they need to find, and people who write about teenage depression, like John Green, and have like Fault in Our Stars or whatever, or like just like teenage depression, teenage sickness or whatever, and how they think, they just don't get it. It's like you don't get it, like it's like that's the point like of the film. It's like you don't get teenage depression unless you've had it, or you don't get depression in general unless you've had it. Because like there's like a couple lines in the film where they say like everyone's told to just cheer up, but it's not that simple and that kind of thing. And so I wanted to show like an honest portrayal of what this is like. And
So how did you get out of it then? Was your art the way you got out?
I mean, it was more just kind of like a journey of self-discovery over like 2 years. And I just kind of like realized, one, my purpose, and kind of like humbled myself. And I guess like one of the like messages of the film is that everyone has a purpose in their life, but it might not be as big as you want it to be. Like it might just be that like your purpose in your life right now is to affect someone else to make a much larger impact. And you should be okay with the fact that, sure, my life won't be like the one that like people read about in history books, but I helped someone get there, and I helped change the world through that process. And that's kind of like what I came to the conclusion. That's kind of what I'm trying to get through with this film as well. And that like everyone has a purpose in their life, and just it. I mean, like we talk about how the whole "it gets better" speech and how it's kind of bullshit, but it does. Once you figure your life out, and once like you know what you want to do, that's when it does get better. And so that's kind of like the purpose of the film.
I think this is the most serious thing we've ever had on this show.
Yeah, I mean, like
no, it's awesome. It's a wonderful thing that you're doing. I think you have to write and direct it because there's no way anyone else could tell your personal story the way you can. So that's great.
Flash forward an hour and we're talking about poop jokes from Ted 2.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do some poop jokes.
Yeah. Dick jokes. That's always best. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I would love to be here. I'm loving that I am here. So.
And like I said, anytime you want to come back on, keep us up to date, or if you just want to come on and just chill with us.
Yeah. I mean, if you're interested in the project, you can
Absolutely.
follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle, I think is what it's called, is Byronic Henry. You can find it. I think they tweet. I'm part of the tweet that was announced for this one, so you can probably find it through there if you don't know how to spell it. But
yeah. Oh yeah. I announced you.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I find out guests are coming on, I always announce them, so then they can't back out.
I know. I was like, I was really panicked because I think you tweeted that out like 2 days ago now.
I have.
And I was like really panicked. I was like, I better not get sick. Because
then we're gonna show up at your house with chicken noodle soup and
podcasting gear.
Podcasting gear.
Oh, fun!
Because you are locked in. It's a contract that you don't get paid for.
I didn't want to like piss any of you off at the theater. Like I want to make sure because I mean like I was sitting next to you and I want I want to make sure I wasn't ordering any thing that you would be insulted by for some reason. Like I don't know. I order,
this guy he loves food.
I also noticed because since we were sitting next to each other, I saw what you ordered too. You just ordered essentially the healthy version of what I ordered.
Yeah. Well, I know it doesn't look like it, but in the last 2 months I've lost 52 pounds.
Oh no, I've noticed.
Really?
I've only seen
you can hear it in your voice.
I've only
I've had someone say that to me before.
on the pod show. I don't see you in person that often. I mean, because like I said, like I think you said last week, I couldn't go to Denver Comic Con.
Yeah.
And so I saw him, I was like, man, he looks very different. He looks very good.
Oh well, thank you. I've changed my career, and so it's It
you
sucks.
went from Chipotle to cops. So,
yeah, exactly. Good enough.
I mean, that's the
no, it's Qdoba, but
oh, okay, well.
Fuck them. The hardest thing is doing this is I have to 3 times a week run a mile and a half, and
really
I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it because to become a police officer you have to run a mile and a half in under 15 minutes, which I can do in my sleep now, but I just don't want to. I don't want to be the guy.
You don't want to be that last finish.
Exactly. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that. Maybe he's not the fastest, but I don't have to worry about being the last one.
You either want to be first or average. You don't want to be somewhere below.
I don't want to be My dad told me when he was in the military, and the guys would run around. They would have the drill sergeant be the pace, and if you fell behind the pace, you'd go back a week in boot camp. Mm-hmm. So my dad said, "Oh man, there's one guy I felt so bad for him in boot camp." So one day I was like, "You know what? I'm going to run with him and I'm going to motivate him." And he was telling the story. And so my dad was running with this guy, and my dad was saying, "Man, he seems kind of slow." And then my dad saw the drill sergeant coming around, and my dad's like, "Fuck that guy." And my dad started sprinting ahead of him. So that guy got sent back a week.
Okay.
But I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so welcome to the show.
Okay.
Always welcome.
Yeah.
And, don't worry. But I'm deathly allergic to shellfish.
Uh-huh.
So if we're ever next to each
Okay.
other, please don't order shrimp.
Yeah, all the shrimp they serve do they serve shrimp at, I don't think they do. Like,
I don't think they do,
I
actually.
don't
Yeah.
think they do any seafood.
I am so sensitive to it. This is a true story. So the other day, it was after
They might have lobster mac and cheese
maybe.
sometimes.
I don't know. I was a few days ago. I don't know why I came home after my wife, or I wasn't going to be home, and so she decided to make shrimp scampi. Mm-hmm. As soon as I opened the door, like I got a headache. I was like, "Laura, I literally need to leave because I am getting sick." I said, "I'm going to take Kellen, and I'm just going to go walk around the neighborhood."
Yeah.
It's so weird. I'm so allergic to it, and I can smell it from anywhere. When I touch it, my hands break out. It's a weird thing. So as long as you don't order a shrimp, even if you did, I wouldn't have said anything to you.
It's how we're eventually going to kill him.
Yes. So if you want to kill me, yes, it is shrimp or any other.
Okay.
I'm going to write that into the next season.
You should.
Your Achilles heel.
Maybe you ever heard the story of, like, I think it was Clockwork Orange. Like, Stanley Kubrick knew that Malcolm McDowell hated snakes, so he specifically put the snake in his bed for that scene, like, in the beginning. Like, he forced him to get the snake out, sleep with the snake, just because he hated Malcolm McDowell. Like,
Well, that and like with like Clockwork Orange, when you read about it, why would they put them? You know, the eyeball things,
Yeah.
like they did that for hours. That's weird.
Yeah.
I'd been like, "Fuck you, dude." And then Kubrick would be like, "You're fired." I'd be like, "Yeah, make this movie without me. Suck my dick." And that's what I'd say to Stanley Kubrick. I'd be like, and I would have said, "You'll be dead in 15 years anyway," because he was.
so far we've had suicide and death of famous directors. So,
Yeah. I think it was longer than 15 years, but you know, whatever. What's your favorite movie? What kind of movies do you like? Before we get into the show, fuck the show.
all right. My favorite film of all time is Lawrence of Arabia.
Ooh,
so-
Richard. The first half or the second half?
Well, I mean, I probably, if I had to say, probably first half. Just because that's just, I feel like the cinematography is great.
Good answer.
Oh, good. And then, favorite director-wise, like, I mean, I posted some screenshots of, like, from the film, that, like, shots I like so far. And I'm trying, definitely, like, directors that influence me are very, like, David Lynch, Steven Soderbergh, and that kind of guys. And so, those are people I emulate, but there are directors that I like David Lean, who did Lawrence of Arabia, and, what is, Lynch. I love Lynch, too, so, David Lynch, sorry. And, but I would never be able to achieve something on, like, his level of surrealism, so, like...
Oh yeah, you just need midgets running around saying
I
weird
mean, yeah,
things,
yeah.
and then you've achieved David Lynch.
Yeah.
I think if you stop trying, you'll be very successful.
It's just like when people say, "Oh, I love Terry Gilliam." I'm like, really? He's kind of shitty.
God damn. No,
Yes, he's shitty. Quit
No.
pretending like he's not.
Some
I
of
hate-
it's really
I hate
good.
when
Some of
people
it's good,
can't-
but, like, I
can't
mean-
say
Some of
anything
it's
bad
Very
about.
creative.
No, it's not that you can't say anything bad about it. It's just that you can't say big sweeping things that aren't
I
entirely.
hate people tell me Brazil's a good movie too. Like, no, it's not.
We've talked about this. I don't like
I
Brazil.
know, but people.
But
it's
12
just-
Monkeys is
people are,
really good.
Citizen Kane is so great. Fuck Citizen Kane.
12 Monkeys is great.
Fisher King's pretty good. I like Fisher King anyway,
Oh, yeah.
so...
Fisher
Monty
King.
Python Holy Grail is
Fisher
good.
King's coming out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Criterion
see
Blu-ray.
that the Singing Detective is coming out on Blu-ray? I cannot fucking believe it.
Yeah.
I love Robert Downey Jr. and then that movie's coming out on Blu-ray. The only thing that sucks is it's Olive Films, and Olive Films put absolutely no special features on
Oh, really?
any of their stuff. Yeah,
Oh, gross.
I know it sucks. Fuck, dude. Anyways, every week when we're done seeing the new movie, which we'll spoil at the end, we also talk about movie news, stuff we've been watching. Henry has a comic book for us. Yes,
Yay.
I love it. Box office projections and what else? Fuck, am I forgetting? What's coming out?
What we've been watching.
I already said that.
I don't. I'm not listening, man.
Uh-huh.
Comic book?
I already said that. I said Henry has one.
God damn it,
These
just
guys
start
even fucking
one.
listen to me,
No,
bro.
just fucking start the show, man.
Okay, what do you, Henry? You're on the show. What would you like us to start with?
Oh, is there any fan mail?
Fan mail.
That's what we usually start with, or what you guys usually start with.
Let
I love you guys. Yeah, that's fan mail. Like,
actually, because I skip this every other week, this is what's playing at the Alamo Draft
Okay, we'll
House
do that.
next week.
Welcome, everybody, to the Alamo Draft House. During the show, Let's all please refrain from emailing, tweeting, FaceTiming, Shazamming, Instagramming, Vining, Wazing, Candy Crushing, Yelping, Skyping, Fandangoing, Snapchatting, pinning, Googling, swiping, posting.
Yeah, I turned it off, but I just sent Tammy Lynn something funny, and I'm waiting for a ha-ha back.
Or texting.
Damn right, ha-ha.
Like, we're never sponsoring your podcast again. I forgot last week, but luckily Brad keeps on posting them online. So,
What would you do without me?
Huh?
What would you do without me?
Remember
Do better,
it?
probably.
I actually I don't know what I'd do without you.
Remember to do the segment.
Remember to do the segment. Yes.
I can.
Sorry,
hear
I'm
y'all's-
scrolling. Fuck this email that I can't read.
I can hear y'all's phone in the podcasts.
That's Brad. He's the one who's online.
No, not anymore.
Wait, you can pick up. You can pick up internet waves.
Yeah, it
That's how
goes.
sound
It goes.
works?
Meh, meh, meh.
Oh, okay.
That's just when he's getting
So
the
it's-
signal.
okay.
So yeah. Anyways, the Alamo Draft House in Littleton, Colorado, is our favorite place to see movies because it is awesome.
Damn straight.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Here we go. Girls Inc. presents Hannah, which I know
Awesome.
James loves.
That's a good movie.
Soon film.
The beer dinner is Terminator 2 with can't read because it's too small. God, am I getting that
Arnold
old?
Schwarzenegger.
Yes, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Rowdy and Magic Mike XXL is hosted by Chris Parente and Kathy J of Everyday Show on Fox 31.
Next week's show.
Why are they hosting it? All right. Chronic
love
Con episode 420, a new dope. I'll give you one guess who's with that one.
I already know.
Doug Benson.
God damn it!
He's not that funny.
I was gonna guess Bob Hope. He's still alive, right?
Sure.
I mean, I like Doug Benson's like his old albums, but like I've
Mm-hmm.
started listening to his like movie podcast. It's just like, I mean, I like you when you like think about what you're gonna say first.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree. Yeah, so that's what's happening at the good old Draft House next week. I got really excited because they're showing the Creature from the Black Lagoon
Oh, yeah, yeah.
in 3D.
is it in 3D?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
That's
just
actually-
got an email this week from the Alamo talking
yeah.
about it, saying
Awesome.
for immediate release.
I really want to go see that now.
I know. It's a fucking Wednesday, and I usually work that day, and they already wrote the schedule, and I'm on it.
Oh, really?
Like right now, I'm slinging wings because I'm just making money to go to school,
yeah.
and it sucks. And she writes, and they're great people. It's nothing against them. I just worked in restaurants so long, I'm just tired of it.
Yeah.
And I'm scheduled that day. I'm gonna try to get it off.
I'll be in Oklahoma.
I guess things could be worse.
Right. That's my point.
Why is there so many bugs in Oklahoma?
Because it gets stupid humid in the summer, man. It's so gross.
I know.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
My goodness.
That's
Like,
why you got to live in Colorado. It's beautiful.
In the winter, it was nice. It was dry. It felt exactly like Colorado weather. And then I flew down there one time, and it was just like it had flipped, and it was just a swamp.
Yep.
Ugh.
So that's what's playing at the Alamo. You normally would do fan mail,
Nice
but we
town.
don't have. The only fan mail we got is people really responding to Brad's Lost World script.
Oh God, that's so good.
Yeah.
Because and I was just I always poke these guys. I don't know if you notice on the podcast, but I always poke them.
Likely story.
You want to just jump into what we've been watching then?
Oh yeah, we can do that. But let me finish telling Brad's story.
Okay, fine.
So I called Brad out on the last podcast. I totally exaggerated what he was talking about on Jurassic World. And he's like, you know what? Fuck that asshole. And he wrote a really funny script about how he would have Jurassic.
It's fantastic.
How
People
I
should
would
go check
rewrite
it
the
out.
movie.
How you'd rewrite the movie. And you know what? I've been looking at the stats of it, and it's our most viewed page in a long time. So see, Brad,
Really?
if you just get out and do it, then
What's really funny is about halfway through it, I was really sitting there like, you know what? This is actually a pretty good idea. Like, there's a couple goofy things in here, but
I know. Why am I in it?
This is pretty good.
That's because I was
then it
like
got weird.
seriously contemplating that idea, and then I got to like the end. I was like, "Fuck it!" And I just ended it.
But yeah. Anyway,
cool.
people should check it
So
out.
this is the stuff we've been watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Henry, fuck these guys. What'd you watch this week?
Oh, okay.
You can
well,
curse on this if you
Okay.
want.
No, I mean,
Yeah, it's the internet.
no, I know I can curse. It's just that.
You don't because you're an actual, real nice human being.
God damn it.
Just kidding.
Let's not go that far. Well, I mean, the general rule is that if you mention a single film like 5 episodes in a row, it becomes that film's podcast. So I watched San Andreas last night.
Yes. Did you smell what The Rock was cooking?
God
I did
damn
smell
it.
what The Rock was cooking.
I love it.
That fucking movie.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, here's the thing about that. It's
That's funny because everyone starts it with that.
That means he agrees with me.
No, he doesn't.
it is the greatest unintentional comedy of the year. Like just like the whole part, like when like the first segment when she's like falling off the cliff.
Yeah.
I just like how it opened. It was like first she's like driving, then she's like, "Oh, a car's coming. Better go in the back seat and grab my water bottle." I was like, "Okay, so she's gonna get hit by the car." Nope, car avoids her. Then she's like, "Oh, someone's texting me. Better check the text." Another car comes. She avoids that. Then just a rock hits her, and like so it's just like saying, "Texting, driving, fine. Getting in the back seat, fine. But don't you dare drive in the mountains." And so like it's like it was just like and like. Like you liked it a lot, and like I know, like you said, it was just like, eh.
I said it was like the greatest film of its genre.
That's true.
But its genre is garbage.
That's very true.
What about the part where the Rock rips the door off?
That's the best part.
Yeah, yes, there is a shot where the Rock rips a door off. It is
awesome.
13 seconds long
Yeah, it's
of a
awesome.
2-hour movie.
Or like the part like when after like thousands have died and they land in the baseball stadium and the Rock just turns to his ex-wife and is like, "I haven't gone to second base in so long." Like,
Yes.
That's true.
But see,
I'm just so flippant about the fact that
yeah.
like thousands and thousands of
I think
people are
sometimes
dying.
people don't listen to me. I said it's not that great of a movie, but The Rock makes it better.
No,
Oh,
we
yeah,
know,
yeah.
we know, and it's true. It's true.
and one thing I want to mention about this.
And it's fun.
Oh yeah. One thing I want to mention about that, like I haven't heard like anyone talk about. There's like one segment in it where like the Rock and his ex-wife are like driving down a road, and then like people try to flag them over, and they stop and they say like there's like a big crack in the road that they would have died in. Then they go talk to people, and it's like these two like this elderly couple,
Yeah.
and the elderly couple are like bickering. As if like because like Harold's eyes weren't very good, so we almost it's like why are you bickering right now? Like,
That is true. There's so much bigger things going on.
yeah, like,
That's very true.
You're angry because Harold's eyes aren't great. Like,
You should have seen the big ass crack in the ground.
Yeah.
That even the Rock with his eagle vision couldn't see.
Typical wife, guys.
Damn it.
About the time you almost killed us, not even close.
and,
I'm married. I can say stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's okay now.
I also watched Dope, which came out last week.
Oh, I was
yeah.
interested about that one. Did I do a good job describing it last week? I said it was about kids who get coerced into like dealing drugs.
Yeah, I mean, like, the best way to, like, I think it's best to watch it with knowing as little as possible. Like, and I don't say that about a lot of movies. People be like, you should see at least a trailer beforehand. I did not see a trailer before seeing it. I absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorite films of the year.
Oh, cool.
It's hilarious. I mean, for me, especially because I went to Denver School of the Arts and I live in Highlands Ranch. And Denver School of the Arts is like a predominantly like there's a lot of like kind of like low income kind of kids and that kind of thing. And so like it's a lot of like wannabe gangsters. And so like you like. And like it takes place in like Los Angeles, and it's all these like actual like either wannabe gangsters or actual gangsters, and it's like they nail it on the head, perfect. Like how they act, how they talk, and like people who want to be that, and people who don't want to be that. It's one of the most honest teenage films I've seen in a very long time, and it's just hilarious in some parts. It's really like moving in some parts. It's a really great film.
Oh, cool.
And I strongly recommend you go check it out. It's in my top 10 of the year. So far.
I know it blew away people at Sundance.
Oh yeah, I
last
think
year.
it was nominated for Best Picture, and it won Best Editing. So
Oh, cool.
yeah. If we're on Sundance, I also saw Meet Your Own the Dying Girl, which won Sundance this year.
Oh yeah.
I think Dope is better. They're two very similar films. Dope's about like teenagers dealing with like their personal issues, and Meet Your Own the Dying Girl is about teenagers dealing with their issues. And so, but if you like have both of them and you're like, which one should I see? I would recommend Dope. Dope is just more fun and it's more original as well. So
Dope is more fun. Real Nerds Podcast.
Do drugs.
yeah. I'm trying to think of what else I saw. Because I mean, like, I don't have many friends that hang out with me, so I fill that time that I would be hanging out with friends.
You should come watch movies with us more often, Henry.
Okay.
Oh.
And so, like, I watch like maybe like 2 or 3 films a day,
Yeah.
and so I've seen a lot. Most of them not very memorable. So, but like those are 2 that I've like planned on. Like this is what I'm going to talk about as well.
Yeah.
One thing I also mentioned that I think is kind of fun. I saw Inside Out the Thursday night showing before like it came out.
Yeah.
I saw it with my brother who's 6, and like what?
Oh, I was just curious what a 6-year-old thought of a
That's what
really
I was
deep
gonna talk
movie.
about that,
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause remember, like he said last week that like it's probably gonna affect like old people more than it affects younger people.
Yeah.
And I love the film. It's one of because I like I did some reviews that like talked about how bad it was, and like they said like everything they didn't like about it. So I was like going in and being like, I'll look for like these kinds of things to see like if there's true. But I loved it. I couldn't find them. I still loved the film.
Yeah.
And like I cried towards the part that you started talking about when you were crying. And then when I was walking out of the theater, I was walking back with my brother, and I was like, "Hey, did you like the film?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, well, like Mom wants to see it. Will you go see it in theaters with her? And he goes, I'll just wait for it to come out on DVD. Like, like I was like, well, who's like your favorite character? He goes, Sadness. Like, I was like, man, like, wow.
That's pretty rough. Yeah, and that's what I was sort of afraid of, was to say, I don't know. I feel like it's so intellectual that I was afraid that it was going to get boring for kids who didn't understand. Like, there are a lot of heady jokes in there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't understand, like, you know, the land of abstract thought, then, you know, you're going to have a hard time.
Like, my only, like, complaint about that I didn't like, and it's not, like, something I didn't like about, but it's something that I thought was going to happen that didn't end up happening, so if you consider I'm about to say a spoiler because it didn't happen, skip forward, like, a minute or so. But, like, they started, like, setting up as, like, the main conflict as being, like, why are the old memories suddenly becoming different emotions? Mm-hmm. And I thought what they were going to set up was that, like, it was going to be, like, well, Riley ends up having bipolar. And they're going to sell her in the and like, oh, you have bipolar disorder, because like it's a very common thing nowadays, and like it'd be good for Disney. Like Disney, if anyone's going to do it, Disney's going to be like, hey, it's a very common thing to have mental illness, so just don't worry about it, and kind of like be supportive of that. That's not what happened. I'm not going to say what happens in the end, but that's the only thing I thought it was going to do, and I thought it was going to be like, if that was the good thing, that would be my favorite film of the year. To be like how far they were willing to take a kids film.
Yeah,
but they don't do that, so it's like a 4.5 star out of 5. So.
But yeah, so you know, we got to a point where I did personally that I don't care if I cry in movies anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You know, before you're like, oh, I'm never going to cry in movies. But now, dude, I cried 3 times in Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's like my go-to of people that say, you cry in movies? I'm like, yeah. If a movie, you love a movie so much and it touches you, it's okay to be emotional.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm excited for movie news.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
yeah. I that actor's made me cry before.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were talking about that. I was talking about the sad things that are going to happen in movie news.
Well, I mean, it's going to be like it's a very roller coaster of emotions podcast.
It is.
Like,
It is. So what you watched this week? That's it?
I guess if we want to talk about TV too, I saw the 3 new HBO shows.
Oh, okay, cool.
That being season 2 of True Detective, the premiere, which I know like you didn't finish, so I'm not going to spoil anything about it.
I mean, we can talk about it. I have 20 minutes left, and I don't care much for it yet.
That's true,
so we can absolutely, you can spoil the end of a first episode of a show that I'm not even sure I'm going to finish.
Yeah.
So
then I saw the pilot of Ballers, which is the new Dwayne Rock show. I'm assuming you saw that too.
I did.
All right, we'll talk about that.
Sweet.
And then I saw The Brink, which is a show that like did not get a lot of promotion. I don't think. It's like Ballers and True Detective got a lot of promotion because it's The Rock and True Detective, which is like a huge show.
Yeah.
The Brink was not really well mentioned. Did you even hear about it?
Yeah, I mean, I know Jack Black's in it.
Jack Black is in it. It has Tim Robbins in it. And then I don't know if any of you guys watched Orange is the New Black.
Haven't yet.
There's one character who like left in the second season who's in the show now. He's like the best character in the entire Orange is the New Black canon.
Oh, cool.
So, but yeah, well, in general, True Detective is probably season 2. I'll preface this by saying I did not like season 1. I understand why people did like it, but it's not my kind of thing.
Did you not like any of season 1, or did you not like the end of season 1?
Well, here's the thing. It was very
I thought
deep.
I was liking season 1, and then it ended, and I went, oh, well, that wasn't very interesting, was it?
Here's what I don't like, because I didn't watch it till it was all over.
Sure. Okay.
And because I think True Detective works as a like week-to-week show better than a marathon show, because it's so slow moving and very deep and very like you need to be paying attention and watching it very deeply. I think it's better to have like a week to digest every episode.
Yeah.
Whereas like me, I was just like by like the 7th episode, because I watched it all in one day, I was like, oh my god, and I was just like it was just exhausting to watch. And so it's like I didn't like it just because of how slow moving it was, and I think that's why a lot of people did not like season 2, is because it's a lot more fast paced, and there's a lot more, there's like, because like the main first season was like Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey as like these 2 really deep characters and complex characters. Isn't just gonna have like 8 characters and they're all gonna be kind of complex.
Yeah.
And I think that's good for me because I just don't need to sit through another 2 like 12 hours of Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson shooting shit and talking about demons or whatever. Or cults. So I understand why people do like it, it's just not my cup of tea. So
that sounds better than it was in practice.
Yeah,
for the record.
Yeah.
I would love to watch Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey talk about demons for 12 hours, but that is not quite what I got. Yeah, I mean, I think from watching this first episode of season 2, it's way all over the place, and my biggest problem with it is that I still fucking hate everybody in the show.
Yeah, I mean, like the only person,
there's no one for me to like.
Yeah. Like the thing about it is like I don't like all the characters, but I don't really hate any of the characters either. Like,
True. Yeah, I was pretty bored.
like I
through
mean,
the
like
part that I watched.
I mean, like quick spoilers for the first episode, but like there's a scene in which Colin Farrell beats that one guy up. I'm not gonna say who it is, but he beats that one guy up.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite part of the entire episode because it was just like finally something's happening.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it still wasn't great. It wasn't like as good as like people were amping it up to be.
No.
But like I thought, like I mean, the characters are interesting enough. They'll probably watch the next couple episodes. But they're going to need to do something else to get me to watch the entire season.
Yeah,
So.
Rachel McAdams' character seems very convenient, and
Yeah.
I had somebody at work who came up to me and asked me like, "Hey, have you seen the first episode of True Detective yet?" And I was like, "No," and she was like, "Oh, it's way more angsty than the first season."
Yeah,
And after
can see
watched
that.
it,
Yeah.
that is so true, and
Yeah.
it's what I realize is the show feels like the angsty teenager of television shows.
Yeah.
Everything is dark and edgy, and
Yeah.
like I listen to my my dark emo music all day long,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna and
Evanescence.
I'm just like it's a lot of Evanescence in the back,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just like, this is not. Every time that somebody comes to me and says like, "Hey, did you watch True Detective? What do you think? Should I watch True Detective?" I always go, "Have you seen the first episode, the first season of Fargo?" And they say no, and I go, "You should go watch Fargo."
Yeah, I can agree with
Like,
that.
it's
It's just a lot more, because like my whole
so
thing
much
about
more
as like
fun.
a filmmaker and as a film watcher and a film, like whatever, film and TV, it's escapism. It's you watch it to have fun.
right.
If you watch something and just like, it's just so depressing and just like, you don't enjoy doing it, then what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
And so like with the whole like True Detective versus Fargo thing, Fargo was super entertaining because it like, whereas True Detective is very like, we're going to sit in a car and talk about things while all these horrible things are happening. In Fargo, you'll have like, oh, these horrible things are happening. Then this funny thing happens. Then this horrible thing happens. Like,
Well, and at least with Fargo, I take something away. Like I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
TV the shows that I like the most, even if they are popcorny shows like Alias
Two
or
Broke
something like
Girls.
that, is
Garnude.
that I end up taking something away. Like they tell me
Yeah.
a story, and I'm like, I liked these characters. I like this story of what they did.
yeah.
And there's nothing about True Detective that gives me that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably watch a few more episodes. But
probably just
I'm
pissed
the same,
off, like-
I'm the same way.
You probably pissed off 75% of the audience because I'm sure they all love it. But
Well, that's great. Fuck them.
but yeah, that was my opinion. That's our long opinion on
Yeah.
True Detective.
What about Ballers?
Ballers, it's
Tell me about Ballers.
good. It's just keep in mind, it's like the exact same thing as Entourage, but with sports.
Yeah, but
It's kind of like it's more jaded, and
Well,
more kind
and
of real.
with
but
and
like,
with The Rock.
yeah,
instead
well,
of-
that's
that's
The Rock,
That's the thing. It seems like it's a perfect vehicle for The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
because in it he plays a football player who gets injured, he can't play anymore. and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
becomes like this high rolling guy.
yeah, or whatever.
Whatever.
Like,
And he spends money.
Yeah.
But it's like a dramedy, really.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
There's drama and comedy, and I thought it was pretty fun.
I thought it was fun too. I mean, it's like the only thing is that like I'm not super into sports. Whereas
Yeah.
like with Entourage, I loved it because I'm super into entertainment. So like
Mm-hmm.
all like the jokes they made, I got. Whereas I'm sure I missed like 50% of the stuff.
See,
they
I'm
missed
into
with this.
sports, so
Yeah.
maybe that's why I enjoyed it a little
Yeah,
more. But yeah, it seems it's a good vehicle for The Rock.
Yeah, and it's like to start television, this is a good way to start.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a theory about The Rock and his like acting career. If you notice, he did all children's films as his first couple films.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did that so that way like he knew he wasn't a great actor, so he just did all these children's films where the acting didn't matter. So that way he could kind of fine tune his chops, so that way he
I
can do
agree.
the good stuff.
Because the thing with The Rock is he's already charismatic.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think you're right. His first movie is obviously The Scorpion King, where he
Yeah.
really doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But then he does stuff like The Tooth Fairy
Yeah,
and
and,
The Game Plan.
Yeah.
And things like that. And yeah, you're right, because he's working on his timing and he's working on how to be a presence on screen.
Yeah, and if you can do that, by all means do that. Like,
and now, you do stuff like The Rundown. And
yeah, and it's like, and he's like he's one of my favorite actors now.
Me too.
Like,
I love him.
and so I mean, like, and like, I'm definitely gonna watch more of Ballers just because it's like. I
It's
feel
just
like
entertaining.
Yeah, it's like it's very much like you put it on to like play in the background while you do something else, and just kind of like fun to have.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then The Brink is probably my favorite show of the three.
Oh, wow.
I think I strongly recommend it. It's basically Jack Black plays kind of like a loser kind of guy who works in I can't remember what it's. I think it's like some kind of Middle Eastern country, and like he works in like the U.S. Embassy, and it's during this big like uprising and that kind of thing, and how like they all hate the U.S. So it's about like he's there, and so he's dealing with that. Meanwhile, Tim Robbins is like, I think he's like the Secretary of Defense, and like he's dealing with like with the president being like, how are we going to stop them all from doing this kind of thing? And then like it's the first episode's very much a setup kind of episode, and so you have like those two characters, and you have Pablo Schreiber, who's Lee Schreiber's brother. He's in it. He's the Orange is the New Black guy. He plays a fighter pilot who's also a drug dealer, and so it just like it's very much a setup kind of episode at first. But like I watched it twice, and I feel like if you pay attention to it, it's a very dark comedy. You watch it, and I feel like you'll be like, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun, and like that's the one I'm most looking forward to seeing the more episodes of, because I'm interested in seeing where it goes. And so the characters are all great, and so that's why I love it. So,
Very cool.
but I mean, like overall, this season of like the 3 shows that HBO is doing is far weaker than the last one that just ended. Like of Game of Thrones, Silicon Valley, and Veep. Like those 3 shows were all amazing, and none of these shows are on par with that. So
Cool.
yeah,
Very cool.
there goes 30 minutes.
It's all right. That's why we're here. Brad, he's not even paying attention. Do you want to go next?
Sure.
Brad, what'd you watch?
I saw Jurassic World again
Nice.
in 3D this time.
Was it good in 3D?
Yeah, that's pretty good in 3D. IMAX 3D. Sorry,
Did it enhance your experience with it?
a little bit. Oddly enough, I still managed to get a distracting bunch of fucking people behind me.
That sucks when you spent $18 for a movie ticket.
Yeah. The lady was kicking my seat, and I totally like leaned back and slammed my chair against her feet, and then she just kicked my seat even harder after that. So
Really? Like actually, like legit kicked it.
yeah,
Wow. Okay, that's what you get. Like when you go to a regular theater.
Wow.
Like
she was a total cunt. Anyway. But other than that, eventually I just got up and moved to the one right next to me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was, again, the story was what I said last time. It was okay.
yeah.
But yeah, the 3D was pretty good. Like I was kind of immersed in the dinosaur attacks and stuff. So, felt like I was flying over it as they were doing their.
It's interesting. When I saw Jurassic World, I saw it like the Friday it opened, and I wasn't like super excited. First time, I wasn't really like I'm not a big Jurassic Park kind of fan, so I was like, I'll see it because it's in Jurassic Park, and I like the first one, so I'll go see it. And so I saw it, went to like a 10:30 at night showing, and like it was still packed because it was the opening night of Jurassic World. But I was like sitting next to this like 2 different birthday parties, both of which were like for like 6-year-olds. And like that's a film that's kind of dark for 6-year-olds. Like there's
And
some
at 10:30 at night.
yeah, like but like what happened was like because like the first 30 minutes or so, like you guys talked about, it's very tame. It's just like dinosaurs, fun, yay. And then when the horror starts, it was like one by one, every 5 minutes, one of them would leave the theater like either in tears or just like rushing out because they're too scared. Like so that was a fun experience to sit.
That's awesome.
In between those, like
That's funny. I don't think that movie's that like as scary as the first one. So.
well, yeah, but I mean, like the first, but it's just because like I think it's just parents that dragged them to it.
Oh.
So it was like, it's your birthday, we're gonna go see Jurassic World.
We're not waiting to your butts.
We're not waiting for
Get
Inside Out.
scarred.
Yeah.
So yeah, that and then also watched Oscar.
The Sylvester Stallone movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyone else seen it?
I'm
Nope.
not, no.
So Oscar is, I think it's based on a play,
Mhm.
but it feels very much like Clue. Like I'm watching Clue, like the production value and the, like the tone of the movie.
Huh.
Except yeah, Sylvester
Is it
Stallone.
awesome like
No.
Clue?
Do you think it's good?
It kind of has a certain charm to it. Like the jokes are really corny.
Okay.
But like even Tim Curry's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays this linguist professor. But basically, the premise is Sylvester Stallone's character. What was it? What's his name?
In years, is it
Oscar.
No, Oscar is the name of this character who you don't see until the very end of the movie because.
Let's name the movie after him then.
Huh?
Let's name the movie after him then. Like,
Something about Guffman.
What's God? Oh, provolone. It's something provolone. That's
So,
Cheddar?
Really
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like
racist
it's
Italian name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's meant to be cheesy like that.
Slice of?
Cheesy
Yeah, no,
provolone.
I'm aware.
Anyway, so he's like this mobster. His dad dies. Kirk Douglas plays his dad. Like early on, it's the movie's full of cameos by a lot of famous people from like the late '80s, stars and stuff. But his dad dies, and his dad's like, I want you to stop being a mobster. If you do that, like I can die in peace. And so Sylvester Stallone swears that he will. And so like 2 months later, he's finally like on his way out of the mob scene, but the local police don't believe him. They think he's up to something, so they're constantly like surveilling him. And then his daughter wants to get out of the house, like she wants to leave the family, and to do that, she wants to be with Oscar, but since he's just like this lowly chauffeur, like his parents or her parents aren't cool with that. So she makes up this story that she's pregnant with Oscar's baby. But since Oscar's like AWOL, for some reason they have to have her marry someone else. So like it all takes place like in one house, like Clue, and they're all running from room to room, like trying to solve these things. Like there's also this mix up where, like someone who worked, the accountant for Sylvester Stallone, you think he wants to marry his daughter, but he's actually talking about another woman he met. And like he also ripped off like $50,000 from him. And then, Sylvester Stallone has to like do some deal where they get it back. And then later on you find out he stole like another $50,000. And meanwhile, like all these people are coming to the door, like all these new characters are coming to the door and like getting involved in the mystery. And everyone's trying to figure out like who Oscar is, and all these identities are getting mixed up. And so, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It sounds like a film that's like, the director wanted to make a complex film, so he just thought like, we'll have like 15 plot lines going at once, and that's what's going to make it complex. So,
well, I think it's based on a play, so there's adapting.
Really? Oh.
And it's John Landis actually is
really?
the director. Yeah.
Wow.
The murderer?
Yep.
Yep, that's the one.
And then like
Twilight Zone joke, anybody? Is it okay to do that yet?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
shouldn't have had those kids on set. Anyway,
Yeah, Marissa Tomei is the daughter. Tim Curry's in it. Don Amici's like this priest in it. Who else?
man, you can tell how old the movie is because Marissa Tomei was like the little girl in the movie.
Yeah. Chaz Palminteri's like his right hand man, but he's also like an idiot. Like at one point, he like the bag that's supposed to have, like there's this bag of cash and it constantly gets mixed up with like a bag of jewels and like a bag of lingerie. And it's like changing hands on accident. And,
hilarious.
Like, going out.
I like you.
So anyway,
so should I see it?
I think it's worth checking out.
Okay,
Like
cool.
I
Well,
said,
how
it
did you?
feels
Was it
a
on
lot
Netflix
like
or
watching.
something?
No, I own the DVD.
Oh, okay.
I've been like looking on my shelf at like these old DVD because I spend most of my time watching Blu-rays.
Right.
And I was just like, I should watch something that I haven't popped in for like 10 years.
Gotcha.
So
Cool. Cool.
that's it for me.
That's all you watched?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched some reruns of The Office, but we
Sweet.
talk about that plenty.
Oh my god.
Parkour.
4 years. Me?
Yeah.
All right.
Looking
cool.
at you, motherfucker.
So we already talked about True Detective. I started watching Star's Black Sails this week, which is a show produced by Michael Bay. Yeah. And it's a pirate show. So it's like 8 episodes. I was at the Best Buy and they had the first season for cheap, and I was like, I like this cover. So and I like pirates. The cover is cool because it's a guy with his arms crossed in front of him, and it's just arted up so that it kind of looks like a skull and crossbones, but it's also a dude, right? Yeah. Anyway, so I was like, okay, it's like a pirate show, and I like pirate stuff, so like whatever. And it's pretty good. It's basically like Deadwood, but with pirates. So it takes place in that piratey world, but they talk, and like the tone of the show is very much like Deadwood, so they don't say cocksucker quite as much, but they say they swear using modern slang quite a bit. When they'll even they'll reference certain things every now and then where I'm like, I want to know if that was a thing then, did they have that word back then? Anyway, but that's not the part that matters. It takes place in Nassau, and the main characters are on a ship captained by Captain Flint, who, what we learn in the first episode or so, is that he is aware of a Spanish galleon that is full of I think they at one point say that it's like $5 million in gold, which of course to them is like $5 billion in gold. And it's floating out there, and he had figured out this ship that had a schedule of where that boat was going to be. And so the show starts with them attacking that ship. And while they're attacking the ship, we meet John Silver, and John Silver sort of survives the attack and ends up on this ship on Captain Flint's ship. And it turns out he knew what was going on, and he had stolen that paper. And so there begins this sort of intrigue of like, okay, because when Flint gets onto the ship, he finds the book that he expects this schedule to be in, and it's not there. And it begins this whole intrigue of like, who has this information? The fact that they've been basically hunting information rather than hunting ships that have actual treasure on them, of course, starts sort of a mutiny on Flint's ship. And this is all in sort of the first episode. And it starts setting up this idea that Flint is more intelligent than most of the other pirates. He's clearly like an educated guy. His girlfriend back in Nassau, he likes to go and just spend time with her, like reading poetry in the field. Like, he's a smart guy. And what he understands is that their way of life is going to start coming to an end, and that as more and more British colonists and British military come over, like, it's going to be much harder for them to live this free life that they live. So he really wants to find this ship so that he and all of his guys can get enough money to basically make Nassau into its own country, get enough guns that when that happens, they can defend themselves and continue to live this lifestyle. And it's just it's a really cool idea for a show. The production values are really good. I mean, it's only 8 episodes long, but it's a neat little story. There's things about it that I
Is
don't.
there nudity?
Oh yeah, there's like
yeah.
one woman who's like black and like it's like full frontal all the time.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
I'll watch it.
That's the only thing I know about the show. It shows up online all the time. Like, it's like, here's the gif of her holding the sheets up this week. It's like, it's every single week it comes up. Like,
Nice.
It's true. There's a lot of nudity in the show.
Yes.
I love
yeah,
me some
and,
stars. They love nudity on that network.
Yeah, so I definitely would recommend it. I mean, it's pretty short. If you have a chance to check it out, I think it's pretty cool. So I would definitely be looking for a second season. And it's pirates. Like, it's hard to not make pirates fun, to be completely honest. Like, I was pretty sure I was going to be okay with it.
I don't know. They did it on Stranger Tides.
Yeah,
I was
they
gonna say,
did.
is there like a wacky pirate that has fun and holds a jar of dirt? Because if
No.
not, I don't care. So,
No, there is no Jack Sparrow equivalent.
well, I guess what's the point then?
We're out.
Yeah, we already saw the gifts.
Oh no, wait. There's naked chicks. I'm in.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All
The
the
naked
way
chicks
in.
make up for it.
I'm balls deep.
So, damn it. I'm gonna
sorry,
save.
Carol.
I'm gonna always have to apologize to my mom.
I apologize to my parents too if they're listening to us. Like,
As a primer for the big conversation that's coming, I went and saw Jurassic Park at Red Box this week. At one of the nighttime showings, right? Which, okay, so yeah, Jurassic Park, dude, that movie is fucking awesome. That script is so tight. Like, when you really get to sit down and watch that movie, like, I feel like it gets better every time that I really give it
Do you
the
feel
time
like
of day.
I feel like it goes faster every time I watch it?
Well, this time it didn't because I was really tired because it wasn't over until 11:30. So by the time I was getting near the end, I was like, oh, I'm so tired because it was after a day of work, right? So I was pretty worn out. But yes, I do agree with you that, like, especially because I love the first half so much. I love all the part where there's no dinosaurs. That part's over so way too fast now.
Because actually, it's funny. I was flipping through channels at work the other day, and it was on. I just left it on.
Yeah.
And the part where Tim is following Dr. Grant through like the cars and stuff, and
so good.
what car are you gonna be in?
Whichever one you are.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
It was really cool. Like, so the good things about seeing a movie at Red Rocks were things like the scene when Jeff Goldblum gives his speech about, what you call discovery, I call the rape of the natural world. When that scene starts, the whole audience started to cheer which to me is so insane and is such a token of how great David Koepp's script is, that like a scene
Only
that
time that's
everybody
ever been
knows, right? That's not true.
Gotcha, David
A
Koepp.
scene that is just people talking, everyone was so excited for. Like, that is a really cool moment. The problem is that I'm pretty sure I would rather have like all of the skin peeled off my back than ever go see a movie at Red Rocks ever again. Because
the seats are uncomfortable.
no, it's not that. It's
They
because
don't
you
have
are
seats, it's just
surrounded
rocks.
by fucking drunk assholes the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Who, like, I'm fine. I love going to the Esquire to a midnight screening. I've said before that the most fun I've ever had seeing Pulp Fiction was at the Esquire at midnight. You have an audience full of people who appreciate that movie. They know it like the back of their hand. And yeah, they're going to comment every now and then, and they're going to, like, make a joke or whatever. And that's fine, because at least they're interacting with the movie. Dude, there was a girl who, like, was just far enough away from me that I couldn't say anything, who would just go, like, from, you didn't say the magic word.
Uh-huh.
at the wrong time. At one point, she screamed out, "Where's the goat?" It was not the part where the goat disappears. She just remembered that at some point in this movie, there is a goat. Like, shit like that, where I'm like, oh my God. Where they would quote the movie, like you'd hear them say the quote of the movie, and they would get it wrong. Just in that way, it was just wrong enough that you were like, you think you're smart and know this movie really well, but you clearly fucking don't.
I do love the opening scene with Nedry too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Man, anyway, movie's really good. People should see Jurassic Park.
Except not at Red Rocks.
Except not at Red Rocks. So I also, this week, went and saw Jurassic World. Because, of course, like, between the two of you, I was like, hey, I needed to see it because I like Jurassic Park a lot. And I like The Lost World a lot. Mm-hmm. And I was never much of a fan of Jurassic Park 3. So I was like, okay, I gotta figure out, like, where am I gonna land between Brad and Ryan, right? So drum roll.
Right in the fucking middle. He's gonna be such a pussy.
No, actually, I like it less than either of you.
Wow.
I really don't like. I was okay with it. I think when I walked out of the theater, and then the more I think about that movie, the less I like it.
Why?
And I want to get off my chest. Fun? No, I want to get off my chest first. The thing that pissed me off the most is that this score is embarrassing. Ted 2 uses the score to Jurassic Park better than Jurassic World does. And when Michael Giacchino's name came up at the beginning of those trailers, I was so fucking pissed at him. I was like, what is this shit? Like,
remember that part where they're walking into the hotel room and it has like the huge part of the score?
Yeah.
Just before he opens the doors, I'm like, this is an odd place for this swell.
Yeah, like
it's
like
so
here's
misused.
Humans, the thing we've always seen,
and they're walking into a room.
Yeah,
and I'll give him some of it's not his fault because he has these moments when he knows, okay, here's the helicopter shot recreated going to the island, right? So he's like, this is where I have to use that. I have to use that piece of music, but the shot's not long enough, so I can't actually fit it in. So it's just like shoved in there, all half-assed, like, and then he moves away, and it's just jarring. And I went into the movie like not super looking forward to it, just being like, you know what, I want to see a fun dinosaur movie.
It's Jurassic World, you gotta see it.
Yeah, and I think the movie's just really a mess. Like, I hate those kids.
I do. The kids are the worst part of the entire film.
I think their subplot is completely botched. Like, I think the idea of their subplot, I would agree with the story that you wrote of like, look, they're kind of telling the same story we've seen again, but the difference here is that the idea of here's two kids that actually, like, their mom even says, I don't want them left alone together because the older brother's going to pick on the young one to death. Like, they can't be left alone. And then we don't see that.
Yeah.
And then when we do, like, it's so inconsistent. So sometimes he's mean and sometimes he's not. And then, like, there's this train scene where the young one breaks out crying and is like, my parents are getting divorced.
Scene of the entire film.
That plot goes nowhere.
I know.
It means nothing. And it's just frustrating. Yeah. And so I end up not caring.
Well, you know
about
why the
any
kids
of
are
them.
at Jurassic World, though, right?
Yeah, because they like dinosaurs.
You guys are so dumb. No, the parents sent them there so they could get a divorce while they're not around. Am I the only one who knows that? God! You guys didn't even watch the same fucking movie.
You know what doesn't matter? That fucking detail. Like, those characters are not in the movie. So why should I care? Like, I'm supposed to care about
David
those
Wallace.
two kids. Like, those are the kids I'm supposed to care about, and I
supposed
don't
to care about Chris Pratt.
Yeah, and Chris Pratt is fine. Like, Chris Pratt is just fine. The other thing here
I
is
love picking on these guys when they don't like movies.
Whoever decided, like, I understand Stan Winston is dead. It's one of the biggest tragedies in Hollywood in the last 20 years, unfortunately. Whoever decided that they shouldn't use animatronic dinosaurs pretty much at all should be fucking fired. Because the fact that they use CG, like, velociraptors when the velociraptors' heads are locked in a cage is a fucking idiot. None of it looks real. Watching Jurassic Park, a movie that is 22 years old this year, that whole movie looks more real than everything I saw in Jurassic World. None of it feels grounded at all. And I like movies with CG. It's not a jaded thing at all. Right?
No, wait, because you guys always say this stuff. But you should go back and really watch. Okay,
I fucking did.
Wait.
There are shots in that movie that don't hold up, but
you heard your fucking part. Let me tell me mine. So you guys are like, ooh, the animatronic. Do you remember with the animatronic T-Rex in Jurassic Park?
yeah,
the two legs that stand and don't move. Yeah, I remember that too.
yeah. But you don't
They're
really
there.
notice.
You feel
And
them
Yeah,
there.
you notice.
Do you
You know what
remember-
I noticed too in Lost World is when they hide the T-Rexes behind trees because you don't want to see the whole body. I remember stuff like that.
Yeah, I do too. Do you remember how amazing the sequence is with the Triceratops when they go up to it and touch it and it breathes and it moves and it feels so real?
Yeah.
That everything those characters those characters are reacting to a real animal and they're reacting the way they would if they really had a dinosaur in front of them. And nothing rings true in Jurassic World for me. None of it does.
How long was that
Also,
Apatosaurus death scene?
yeah.
Like hung on to that so long,
Yeah.
long enough that you could pick apart, CGI and animatronic part. Yeah.
And okay, the other thing is, I don't know that Bryce Dallas Howard was bad, but I don't know that she really had. She doesn't build a character that I'm terribly interested in.
Well, like, here's my problem with it, is that, like, in the beginning you have, like, the three storylines. You have the kid's storyline, Chris Pratt's storyline, her storyline.
Yeah.
And the only one I really cared about was Chris Pratt's storyline.
Yeah.
Because, like,
And
Bryce Dallas Howard, she gets good, but, like, in the beginning, she kind of, like, has this very kind of emotionless kind of character in a way. She's like, I'm very business-oriented. I just want to make sure that everyone's, like, having a good time and, like, we're making money. That's all she kind of cares about.
Yeah.
The kid's storyline is bullshit. Like,
Potentially awesome, but poorly executed.
Like, my problem with it is that, like, in the very beginning of the film, like, especially, like, the teenage kid, like, you have him, like, leaving his girlfriend. She's like, I love you, and, like, text me every day. I'm like, I will text you every day. I love you. And then he leaves. And then he proceeds to fuck every single girl that looks at him at the park.
Which is just a fucking awkward thing.
Yeah, I just like, okay, listen, like...
He's a teenage kid.
Well, yeah,
No,
but, like,
but-
it's like... the fact that, like, he's, like, dating someone... And then, like, you see that he's dating someone, and then he's, like, purposefully cheating on them. I'm like, okay, so this...
It's not even that, though. It's like the
My wife told me
creepiest
Chris
fucking
Hemsworth is an
stalker
Adonis.
thing.
You guys just got to accept things in life. Okay?
There's one other piece to this that really rubs me the wrong way, and this is, I want to be upfront. This
you
is
fucking regret
totally
Mad Max too.
No. I'm not gonna say anything about Mad Max. This is totally me being a fucking nerd and
If you say dinosaur feathers,
not
too.
even nitpicking anything or no. In fact, I'm gonna go the opposite way.
There should be less
The
others.
best written sequence and the smartest sequence in this movie is the scene where BD Wong gives a speech explaining that they've never been fucking dinosaurs. They've always, like, he explains away the whole argument for anybody who comes to this movie and is like, this is stupid. Like, why is the main bad guy, like, not a real dinosaur? They've never been dinosaurs. They've always been genetic freaks and science, like, stuff. Like, they've never really been dinosaurs. His speech there is so good. I hate two things. Oh, and first let me say that the
You
fucking...
already named like 4 things you hate.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
things that they
6 total.
things that they do to the canon. I hate that the guy who runs Jurassic Park basically rewrites everything that John Hammond says at the end of The Lost World to say, oh no, John Hammond decided that he wanted me to run this park. That's fucking the opposite of what he says at the end of The Lost World, which is a beautiful little speech he gives. And 2, they make fucking Henry Wu into a bad guy. And I hate that. Rewatching Jurassic Park, I love that character so much. He's innocent. He's the embodiment of everything that
Only in Jurassic Park for like 5 minutes.
But he's the embodiment of all of the, like, innocence that Jeff Goldblum is talking about in that speech that I referenced earlier, right?
But it's
Where
also
he's talking
the only
about,
part
like,
you see him, so maybe he's behind the scenes not being innocent.
yeah, I don't want him to.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
that
This is
doesn't
me
matter.
being
That doesn't
nitpicky
matter.
and geeky. I like that character. You fucked with that character because you thought it would be fun, and I don't like that. And no, I don't like it. It rubs me the wrong way.
Remember when I told you that the
I don't, but yeah.
what's his name, Vincent D'Onofrio's character? I surmised that he turned off the thermal detector so that the Indominus would get out, and the scratches were just a diversion.
I like that way better than the actual story.
I didn't because I was distracted the first time I saw it. Dr. Wu, he gets in the helicopter and he says, like, am I going to be taken care of? And so I finally realized the whole time they were working together
Yeah.
to get dinosaur to break out so that he could use the velociraptors on the dinosaur and like build his.
That's such a
Velociraptor
convoluted
army.
fucking story, though.
But I like when you told me it was like, oh yeah, the Indominus just got on its own. It's like, no, it was totally D'Onofrio.
No, but that's not what happens because what actually the reason it gets out is because some dumb guard opens a door.
But
like
he sabotaged, hoping that.
I don't know that that's what
they would let it out.
I think that the movie that I saw says that thing has like some.
What
kind
did he pay Dr. Wu to do then?
I don't know.
Just
make dinosaurs.
Quick hand job.
But the owner of the park, paid him to make dinosaurs.
Dude, I don't fucking know.
What
the
was
movie's
Dr.
a
Wu
mess.
going to get out of working with him? That's why I think
the movie is a mess.
he helped him turn off the thermal thing.
That could be.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it more interesting.
No, I'm just saying.
I think
it's a theory that doesn't come across very well.
Yeah. So I'm going to say the thing that Ryan's really going to hate, which is that I think it's a tragedy to me that this movie ends with like 2 giant dinosaurs and a bunch of raptors fighting each other, and I don't feel any of it.
3 giant dinosaurs. You're already forgetting the pool one.
Oh yeah, and the pool one. You're right. Yeah. So 3 giant dinosaurs and some velociraptors are all fighting each other, and it kind of feels like the end of Incredible Hulk, where you just have like these big things smashing against each other. Like it just
is that a problem?
It's no, yeah,
I mean, smashing things that's fun
because it doesn't swell in me the way that like just that one shot of the T-Rex at the end of Jurassic Park does. And again, it is entirely unfair to compare any movie to Jurassic Park, except for one that is a sequel to Jurassic Park. Like for me. It just doesn't feel real at all. And I don't know entirely that that's a CG and not just the staging. I don't know that Colin Trevorrow is a good choice for making a big action movie when he had only made
one small
small comedy.
Like one special effects scene.
Because I think that like the pacing, I think the way that movie is set up, they released that dinosaur way too early. If you compare it to something like the original Jurassic Park, where they spend most of the time setting things up and talking about those scenes that last week I talked about loving so much, about like how wonderful dinosaurs are. I should have had 20 minutes with just those kids going around and seeing dinosaurs and being amazed by them. And I get like some little shots and nothing that really impresses me, nothing that reminds me that I love dinosaurs. And that's too bad.
Well, I mean, that's also not what they're trying to make either. Which is a shame because like Jurassic Park, that was supposed to be like a thriller, like a horror film, like and also like some like deep messages to it, like some deep themes to it. They don't want to do that because that would take too much effort. They just want to make a monster film that's going to make a lot of money, which it totally did, and like that they achieved what they wanted to do. And it's a shame that they don't want to make anything better. But it's the fact that we live in a world where like Hollywood is 90% business, 10% art now. Yeah, and so
I think the shame is that in the same way that they don't want to like expend any effort in telling a better story, I don't want to spend any effort in trying to love this thing.
All right.
Like that's the problem.
All right, and I guess that's fair.
So anyway, I was very disappointed and basically was yelling in my car the whole way home from the theater because things would come to me and I'd be like, "Why the fuck did you do that?"
Yeah, and
like I didn't get it, and it's too bad because I didn't feel that way when the movie started. So anyway, that's how I feel about Jurassic World. Sorry. Ryan, what have you been watching?
I apologize for how you feel. Movies are subjective art, James. You can like them or not like them. It doesn't
No,
matter.
I was apologizing because Jurassic World is a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not the worst. But
it's well made, just not well intentioned.
It's not the worst, but I told my parents to wait for the Blu-ray.
Okay. Jupiter Ascending's a bad movie.
Jupiter's fucking shit.
Jurassic World is not a bad movie.
Did you like my movie more than Jurassic World?
I actually liked the first half of your movie more than the first half of Jurassic World. I really did. Like some of the ideas there, as far as like people breaking in and like that kind of stuff. At least, like it's like you said in your article,
class struggle. Yeah.
It's like you said in your article. At least it was not the same plot. It wasn't just, hey, here we're in the park, and I was fine with that part of it because the other two movies are different. You know, this was them revisiting that original idea, and putting a twist on it. It's just that the main problem is that they spend a lot of time in Jurassic Park setting up characters that I like, and they don't. It's not because they spend a whole lot of time on it. It's details. It's little tweaks. It's a scene on a helicopter where they have some witty dialogue with each other. That's all I need, and I need it to feel real. And that's what I don't get.
So James doesn't like the movie because they didn't make it for him, is what he's saying.
Yup.
Yeah.
I don't have to apologize for that.
You don't have to. I told you, movies are subjective art. You can like it or not.
I want a movie with characters that I like.
You could be wrong about it, but you don't.
But I'm not. I'm not.
You
wrong.
are.
I'm not wrong.
You are.
What'd you watch this week, Ryan?
I watched a few things. Have you guys seen Whiteout?
Oh yeah,
I might have.
Yeah,
the Kate Beckinsale movie.
Yeah, it's the one where she gets caught in the snow and there's a cable.
She's
there's
a US
murderer.
Yeah, she's a U.S. Marshal in Antarctica, and there's a murder, and she investigates it.
It's an awesome idea for a movie.
It's a really cool graphic novel. The graphic novel is wonderful. The movie is okay. I think it actually suffers from not good directing, unlike Jurassic World, where my biggest problem when you make, because in essence this is like a crime drama slasher movie, and one of my biggest pet peeves is when people constantly use slow motion when they show killers and stuff, and the director uses it a lot in it.
Yeah.
That doesn't build tension for me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some great scenes. There's a great scene where Kate Beckinsale is trying to escape from the killer, and she's in Antarctica, and the wind is blowing, and it's a blizzard. You can't see the killer.
Yeah.
And she's connected to rope because that's how they get from station to station because they can't see, and the killer is on her, and she doesn't have her gloves on, so she gets frostbite and rips her skin off her hand, and that stuff's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is ho hum.
Yeah.
Little better than CSI.
It's got Kate Beckinsale in it.
Yeah, and she's nude at the beginning, kind of. Nice. I don't understand the scene at the beginning. She literally walks in and takes a shower.
Oh yeah, no, it's simply hey, we need Kate Beckinsale to take her clothes off.
Yeah, but they do that too, where the steam is just covering all the naughty bits, so it's really obnoxious.
It's so you can put it in the trailer and get people to come see the movie.
So the director can see her naked, but no one else can.
Yeah, exactly. She probably has pasties on.
Yeah,
it's just it's just a cock tease. So it's a comic book movie. It's not the worst one. It's so close to being good, but it's just an average movie.
Yeah.
Because again, I think it suffers from a director who doesn't know how to build tension, except in a couple scenes.
Yeah.
It's such a cool idea that it's one of those that if they had really taken it from that point of view of being a mystery, of really making it a mystery film, it would be it would be one of the best mystery movies.
Yeah.
It's such a cool idea.
It is. And there's great scenes with Kate Beckinsale and Tom Skerritt, just talking. And she's, there's just great moments there. And it's just kind of lost.
It could have been like The Thing, only without a thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do like the special features because Robert Downey Jr.'s wife produced the movie and she's in them and she's a really nice lady.
Oh.
But that was loud. But yeah, it's an okay movie. It's nothing special, but I mean, it's not a horrible movie. I got it for $2.99. It looks nice on Blu-ray.
Cool.
I also watched Sleepaway Camp 3 after I watched Sleepaway Camp 2 last week. It's not quite as good as Sleepaway Camp 2, but it's still, if you like people getting butchered and an 80s slasher film, it serves its purpose.
I don't.
So you wouldn't like it. And it doesn't have our buddy Jonathan in it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. It's a Scream Factory Collector's Edition, so again, they produce an hour-long documentary about it, and that part's really fascinating. I watched 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore.
Good movie.
I've been watching an Adam Sandler movie a week lately. Yeah. I don't know why. And it's cute. I forgot how cute the movie is. They do have really good chemistry together, those two.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the plot's really silly, but
it's great.
I mean, I don't know how you can go to sleep and just forget instantly. And
I don't either.
But there's some really cute moments in it where she's starting to remember who Adam Sandler is, and I really enjoyed it.
It's one of those movies where the premise is really fun, and then every now and then you realize how twisted some of the shit that happens in that movie are, and you're like especially at the end when she comes out of the boat and she's got a 4-year-old daughter or son or whatever, and you're like, holy shit, what was it like when she was pregnant?
Yeah.
And she'd wake up and be like, oh God, oh God, where am I? Yeah.
And the last thing I watched was actually the most fun thing I watched this week, which is Flash Gordon, which I have never seen before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I mean, I know because of the Queen song about, I know things of it, Flash Gordon, and that's the opening credits are so amazing because that song is going over it and it's flipping through the comic book and it's showing you Ming the Destroyer and all the alien races, and It's cheesy, but it's still a really cool movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like a Ray Harryhausen movie where it's really cheesy, but you kind of love it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just, have you seen it?
No, I've seen like episodes of part of it, I think, or of like there was a show at some point. Anyway, but no, I haven't seen it.
I mean, there's parts where, so it opens with, Ming the Destroyer, who's played by Christopher Plummer. He's targeting Earth with earthquakes and volcano eruptions from his space station, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which one of those? It's like Barbarella. It's like, it's not supposed to make sense.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't make sense. So he's hitting all this stuff, and Flash Gordon is a really cool football player for the New York Jets or Giants.
Something like that, yeah.
New York Jets or Giants. And so he's about to fly. I forget what he was going away for, but he's about to fly with a reporter, and she's afraid of flying. And as they're flying, Ming the Destroyer makes hot hail. So it's like lava rocks falling from the sky. And so they're flying, and turbulence start, and Flash Gordon comes up front, and he says, "Hey guys, we doing okay here?" And the pilot say, "Yeah, just like turbulence. Hey Flash, do you mind signing this Time magazine for my son?" "Sure, I'd love to." And so he goes in the back, and he's about to sign it, and this reporter lady is really cute, and she says, "Oh man, I'm so nervous." And he says, "Don't worry, I started taking flying lessons, and it's nothing to be worried about. Just happens to be able to." This is important to the plot, though,
Yeah.
because he mentions that he's taken flying lessons, and then before you know it, the pilots are sucked out of the windshield, and so Flash Gordon has to fly the plane.
So they're sucked out the window, but Flash Gordon can handle not being sucked out.
Exactly. And so he crashes into this scientist research lab where he's predicted that people from the moon would attack Earth and make it, or they'd blow up the moon. I don't remember. Something like that.
Wait, Flash has predicted it?
No, the scientist guy.
Oh, okay.
So when Flash crashes,
Like, he can also predict the future.
so when Flash crashes into the science lab conveniently
Yeah.
with the guy who has a rocket that can go to the moon to stop the evil people from killing Earth. So he goes in there, and the one guy scientist leaves because he says the other scientist is crazy. He says, "But I need someone to push the big red button in my rocket." But then Flash and the reporter lady show up, so he coerces them into the rocket that he says the phone's in. And when he get in there, he pulls out a gun, and he says, "I don't need you, Flash. You can leave." And then Flash says, "Okay, see you later." I'm like, whoa, he's just leaving the chick here? But sorry, guys, he's the hero. He comes back, and he punches the guy so hard that his head hits the red button, and it takes off.
Convenient.
Yeah, so he didn't do anything except punch the guy so hard. And anyways, so then it goes on to this moon, and Timothy Dalton's in it, and they have this like huge fight on this, like, have you seen Karate Kid Part 2 or it's 3 when he's like in the middle of the arena and he's fighting the guys, and there's like spikes and everything on the other side and water.
Yeah.
That's two.
That's 2. So it's like that, but it's being controlled by these barbarian guys. So they're having like spikes come up, and the platform is moving up and down. Whoa. And he's fighting Timothy Dalton. And yeah, so it's really fun. And my favorite scene is when he meets Ming the Destroyer for the first time. And he says, "Well, who are you?" And he says, "I'm Flash Gordon, starting quarterback, New York Jets." And then he starts getting his ass kicked by all the guards. And then, some guy throws Flash like this green egg, and it's shaped like a football.
Of course.
And all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, I got this now." And he's like, "Blue 42, blue 42." He's like throwing the green thing, hitting him in the head, like stiff arming him, tackling him, because it's football, so you can't stop him. The movie's ridiculous, but it's really fun.
Have you heard that Matthew Vaughn has signed on to make a remake of it?
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
I love Matthew Vaughn.
I don't know because that was before they announced they're going to do Kingsman 2. So I don't know what he's planning on doing now, but I just know that he does want to make a Flash Gordon remake. So.
Sweet. I would recommend Flash Gordon if you like cheesy 80s movies, because
I do.
It's really cheesy, but it's fun. It's in a fun way. Yeah, so I'd recommend it.
Cool.
And the special effects look pretty cool for 1980s movie. Like all the backgrounds kind of look like you're inside a lava lamp.
Yeah, cool.
And there's lizard people.
You ever seen Q from the 80s?
Mm-mm.
I just thought, because it had like a Scream Factory a couple, like I think it might have been a year ago now.
Really?
Yeah, it was like from the 80s, and it's the most ridiculous horror film I've ever seen. It takes place in Manhattan, and there's a dragon that just flies around Manhattan.
Sweet.
And there's these two cops that are investigating these murders. They're like, what could it be? Like this guy got decapitated while cleaning windows. probably not the dragon. I mean, the dragon's here was probably, let's be real, it's not the dragon. Like,
You just sold me on this movie. A
it's
dragon that flies around and decapitates
it's an
people.
episode of CSI, but there's a dragon in the background. Like,
Sweet. That makes CSI more exciting. The only part I didn't like about the Flash Gordon Blu-ray is it has art by Alex Ross on it, and then
Gross.
they talk about. Then Alex Ross has a interview on there where he talks about how he loves Flash Gordon and how great his art is.
I love Flash Gordon. Have you seen my art?
Yeah.
Look at it.
I liked Alex Ross in the early '90s when he was doing like cool stuff, and now he's just blah. That's why I watched this week.
Right.
Flash. He's a master of the universe. Please don't sue me, Queen.
What are we doing next?
I don't care. News?
Sure.
It's real news.
First news of the day. Who farted? No. Well, what do you let's start with some happy stuff, huh?
Okay.
Spider-Man got cast this week.
Yeah, it did.
Tell me about Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is a British actor who was amazing in The Impossible. And I mentioned earlier, he made me cry in The Impossible because he's calling out for his little brother. He's like, Lucas! And then his little brother sees him and they run and hug, and it's really cute.
I mean, he's one of the better actors of like the 6 that they said were
Oh,
like the top
yeah,
6,
for
so.
sure. So,
Better than fucking Nate Wolf or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I had a lot of fun reading the article because he did so well that they brought in Robert Downey Jr. to
Really?
screen test with him.
wow.
To see
That
how
must have been
well
exciting.
I know, see how well their chemistry is.
That's cool.
And it worked out so well that they immediately flew him to be on the set of
Wow, really?
Civil War. Yeah.
Dude, that's cool.
So yeah, so he tested with Robert Downey Jr. and then for a second screen test, they brought in Chris Evans, and then they said, "Okay, cool, you're going to Atlanta to be on the set for Captain America: Civil War."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
It makes me really excited because I love Spider-Man. And
Right.
anytime he's in the news, it makes me excited.
One thing that's fascinating that I just thought was interesting. He's older than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, because I'm 18. He's 2 months older than I am.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Like, it's just like, man, we're like very different. Like body and voice wise, we're very different people. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. He's but he still looks really young.
yeah, I mean, like besides Asa Butterfield, he looks the youngest of the 6.
Yeah.
So,
And they want to
which is
do
what they were going for.
Yeah, they
so.
want to do a couple movies where he's in high school. So.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing the first movie, and they hired this really unusual director to direct it. I forget what's his name. I can't believe I can't remember.
The Spider-Man movie.
John Watts. And I didn't know anything about him. And then I heard one of the reasons is his new movie called Cop Car is coming out, and Kevin Feige like loved it. And so
really?
I said, "Oh man, I'm going to watch the trailer for it." I had no idea what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
It's about two kids who steal a cop car.
Yeah.
And Kevin Bacon's a corrupt sheriff, and he's chasing him down because he stole this cop car that has something in it. So I'm like, that sounds pretty cool.
Are you not revealing what's in it, or like, do you?
I don't
Do you not
think he
wanna reveal
knows.
No, I do, but
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
playing it cool.
All right, cool.
But like, in the trailer, it's a little spoilery.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a spoiler in the film, so I didn't want to say it straight out.
But check out the trailer, because one, Kevin Bacon is sporting like a wicked mustache in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I love like evil Kevin Bacon. And so the movie looks really fascinating, but he actually came from Comedy Central directing like the Onion News, Onion Sports Dome. He made a short called Clown that it was like a parody, and it said it was made by Eli Roth, and Eli Roth really liked it. So Eli Roth produced a feature length of it that he didn't direct, about a man who puts on a clown costume for his kid's birthday, but he can't take it off. When he takes it off, it like grows back on him. So there's an actual horror film. I haven't seen it, and when I looked up on Amazon, like the DVD is like $28.
Wow.
So I kind of want to check it out.
Yeah.
So he's a really interesting director, but they really want it to be funny. So I'm excited because I love my Spider-Man movies, but I would love to see a happy Spider-Man movie
Yeah, yeah.
because
I mean, like,
almost sad.
I actually liked the Amazing Spider-Man movies more than a lot of people did.
No, I
Well, I know
Amazing
you love it. I
Spider-Man
mean,
too, yeah.
like that was like your number one film from last year, right?
It was.
Yeah, like I liked him a lot more than other people liked him.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say they had like very like depressing and
They did.
like slow moving tones.
They did.
So,
So I'm hoping that this one's going to be quick. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I would love to see like a goofy villain like the Shocker be the villain in it.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Or
the
maybe
Shocker.
like the Legion of Losers where it's the Shocker, the kangaroo and stuff, and Spidey has to fight him.
The kangaroo.
Right. So yeah, I think it's really exciting news that my favorite thing I read about it was Kevin Feige was talking about it, because there's a great interview with him and Paul Rudd on Hollywood Reporter, and he talks about why Edgar Wright left and all that stuff, but he also says that we're producing it, Sony's distributing it.
That's nice.
So to me, that sounds like Sony's not doing it.
Yeah.
Marvel's
Sony's gonna make money.
Yeah. So he's gonna make money. Marvel's gonna make the movie because they care about Spider-Man so much.
Yeah.
And they should. He's their flagship
I mean, like
character.
it's a win-win too.
Yeah.
It's not like they're gonna be like, oh, we're not making the money off Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man's he's gonna be in the other like Marvel movies, which they're gonna be making money.
Exactly.
So,
and part of the deal is, in the interview I read, I didn't know this, is that the Marvel heroes can show up in Spider-Man.
Oh, that's cool.
So who knows what's going to happen. So it's good. He's such a big part of the Marvel universe. And it's really just going back to before Marvel was their own studios. Because remember, is Fox, Paramount, and Sony released all the Marvel movies. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Go
cool.
Spidey.
All right, well, we'll swing hard to the other side.
You're going to do that right away?
Yeah. James Horner died this week in a plane crash.
No Harrison Ford.
No, man. Yeah, which is of course a shame.
That was bad. I'm sorry.
I spent some time.
He scored the Amazing Spider-Man.
He did. And Apollo 13, and dude, I even went back and listened to some Titanic, because you know what? That fucking score is good.
He won an Oscar for it.
You know what's funny is in trivia this week there was a whole round on James Horner scores, so you had to listen and figure out what movie was playing, right?
Huh?
And so I started writing down Glory and Titanic.
Yeah.
And then the next two came up, and it was actually Glory and Titanic. So the two that I had already written down were, I think, Clear and Present Danger and Avatar for Titanic. And the Avatar score is almost identical to the Titanic score, both James Cameron movies.
Oh, yeah.
So
the Avatar score is not that great, but
Avatar is not that great.
I agree.
Very fair.
He's done amazing work, though, especially his 80s and 90s stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all of the ones, with the exception of Avatar, all the ones you just listed.
He's a great
are
action
really good.
movie music guy.
Yeah, the Clear and Present Danger one is
Aliens.
great. Aliens is great. I adore
Star Trek 2 Wrath of Khan?
Yeah. I already mentioned it, but I adore his Apollo 13 score.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what it was. It wasn't Clear and Present. It was Apollo 13
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that I mistook for Glory. And then
sheesh.
quickly realized my error.
He's really good.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
On some happy news, though, we'll switch to the other side. Daredevil 2, or Season 2, I should say. Daredevil Season 2. They're saying is going to be him fighting the Punisher.
Yeah.
Because now that Marvel's got the Punisher
John
back.
Barenthal, Jay Barenthal.
Yeah.
Is the Punisher. Walking Dead guy.
I'm cool with that. I think
Me
it's
too.
a good villain to pick up.
casting.
It seems like they're definitely trying to set up have the Marvel Netflix stuff be Marvel Knights.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
totally.
mean,
yeah,
it's totally because that's the first arc of Marvel Knights is the Marvel Knights attacking the Punisher,
Right.
and so
And I'm glad that the Punisher's the villain, because my biggest problem is I always hate when they make him a hero. He's really not a good guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like him
he's a
and
merc.
Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Well, you can never make a movie of them.
Exactly. And that's why I think someone like Daredevil or Spider-Man should be chasing down the Punisher
Yeah.
to stop him from murdering people.
But I think they shouldn't make him just like a flat out villain either.
Well, no, I mean he's an anti-hero because he's always killing.
He's killing people that maybe not don't deserve to die, but people that are already doing bad things.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Captain America. Well,
Well, that was a dark time in the Punisher.
You don't kill Captain America.
But it's they shouldn't have it be oh, he's just killing everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It should be they should have the audience have it feel okay, yeah, we should stop him, but I kind of understand.
but
him in a way,
maybe
too.
stop him slowly.
But
Yeah.
I honestly think the story they're going to tell is they're just going to replace Spider-Man with Daredevil.
Yeah.
In the first few times the Punisher showed up, he was in Spider-Man, and he was just told that Spider-Man's a bad guy because he's operating outside the law. Just like in the first season of Daredevil, I mean, he's putting people in hospitals and stuff like that. So I have a feeling that the Kingpin is going to hire him to say, hey, man, this guy's a bad guy and he's ruining Hell's Kitchen, and I'm just trying to develop these buildings and, you know, and the
Well, I'm pretty sure that's the plot line of like the first arc. It's the Kingpin does hire him, and then that's what causes Daredevil to get the Marvel Knights together, and that's how they take him out.
You're right. So it should be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think that's cool. So we'll swing back to sad things.
Oh, fun.
Hannibal got canceled this week.
I know. James.
Which honestly, I didn't talk about it on the show last week, but
James, put down the knife.
I kind of saw this one coming because, of course, last week we talked about the fact that Brian Fuller is working on American Gods now. So if he's off working on American Gods, then that means he's not working on season 4 of Hannibal, which means like, okay.
Here's a weird thing though: is the first 2 seasons are really good, and I think it's okay if the show ends at 3 seasons.
Yeah, because
you're gonna get 36, 40 episodes, and it's all gonna be quality TV. So.
Honestly, if they'd gone on to season 4, they were gonna have a really big problem because like. Season 4 was supposed to be Silence of the Lambs, so you have to introduce Clarice and not have Will Darcy or Will Graham in the show, which is like, well, that's not the show I want.
Yeah.
So it's kind of perfect.
And now you can make it a crazy ending.
Oh, true. Very true. Because, I don't think
Will Graham is going to be eating Hannibal Lecter at the end.
I heard they can't even use Clarice because of rights issues.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
But, like, I think... If we talked about it, I think when I read the article early on, they were going to be able to use Buffalo Bill. But whether or not they could use Clarice, that part I don't know.
When you lose a lot of weight, guys, your wedding ring doesn't fit anymore. Don't tell my wife.
Oh.
It fell off when I was cleaning dishes today.
Oh. You should get it resized.
I know.
Just don't lose it down the sink, Dick Van Dyke Show style.
That'd be sweet. Dude, you come and film in black and white, and we're there.
Honey, I lost my wedding ring today. Why? I was filming a video about losing my wedding ring in the sink.
Get the fuck out of my house.
You trip over an ottoman on your way out the door.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, didn't Fuller say like he has been contacted by Netflix and Amazon about the maybe picking it up too, or like they're like at least talking about it? Like,
yeah, I think.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I didn't read the article. I just saw the headline.
That's
on
what,
that one.
yeah,
But I
saw
think
it
he
too,
said something like. I think he said something about like, yeah, there are people who are interested in picking it up, but I don't think Netflix is one of them.
Yeah, I think Netflix is too high prestige at this point. So
the thing I said on Facebook or Twitter, wherever I said it, look, at the end of the day, I was amazed the show even got a second season.
Yeah, I mean,
the
like
fact that NBC even allowed this thing to air is a miracle. So I'm okay.
It does.
Like
it seems like it should be on AMC. Because
it
it's pretty
seems
violent.
like it should be on Showtime. Like
I don't think it's that bad, but
well, I mean, there's no nudity. Well, that's not even really true. Every now and then they sneak a little something in there. But still, like the show was really cool. I don't know that it was a show that was going to be able to withstand 5 seasons. Like I think it was going to wear out.
Well, I'm pretty sure like this like. He said like in the first season, he says, I want to have 8 seasons. Here's the outline of how it's all going to go. And like even then, pretty much everyone knew it was never going to get to an 8th season.
Well, the guy's every show the guy's ever made has been canceled after 2
like,
seasons. So like the fact that it even got a 3rd one was sort of a surprise.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think the show is still great. I will watch and adore all 3 seasons of it. On Blu-ray, so
it'll be remembered as a good show too. Like it'll be remembered as one of those shows that was canceled too early. I mean,
yeah. But I'm fine with it. I hope that this season ends well.
Yeah.
Some other just quick little things before we move on. Seth Gordon left the Uncharted movie, so Uncharted is back in limbo again. So that will probably never happen.
It will never be made.
Yeah, nobody's ever gonna make that movie, which is too bad because it seems like
it could be a good movie.
For me, it's an ace in the hole, but whatever. The Hollywood's full of dumbasses. And you can also no longer take selfies at Disneyland.
Yay!
They have banned selfie sticks all over Disneyland parks
because they
Are they
hit
banning
people with them.
arms?
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, really?
Yes. It's not because they're like we don't want people to take pictures. It's because people aren't paying attention and running into people and stuff.
That's awesome.
Humankind.
Fucking people are stupid.
Do you have the whole Rampage movie thing on there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. No, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Dwayne
Talk about Rampage.
Dwayne Johnson fighting a gorilla an alligator,
and a lizard, and
Was it a lizard? Yeah.
and who's the third one? A wolf.
Yeah, the wolf.
The wolf is the lady. I remember that because I always
They all
liked
turn
her to
into
die
chicks,
because I'm like, oh, some nudity, 8-bit nudity.
Hell yeah.
She-wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be it. I mean,
So it'll be like San Andreas, but with monsters.
yeah, it'll be San Andreas meets Godzilla. Like,
What if they call it Rampage San Andreas?
The
Sequel to San Andreas.
The Rock is so much better than that. He can just make an awesome Rampage movie. It doesn't need. San Andreas isn't that good.
you also
They
hear-
better do scenes where like the monsters are crawling up the side of a mountain and someone's in a bath and they eat it. Or they eat
they
eat
really
a pepper
should.
and they spit out fire. It'd be awesome.
I mean, like with a Rampage movie, you can't take it. You can't make it like a serious
Oh,
like
no
monster
way.
movie. Like,
It's got to be silly.
yeah.
You got to get the tone right.
Yeah.
Just here, it was announced earlier today. They're making Lucy 2. That was greenlit today.
Why?
I mean, like,
I
that,
didn't.
like,
I didn't see it. These guys. Saw
did you guys
but-
see it?
I did.
What do you think of it?
Meh.
I mean, like, I saw it, and it was better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I enjoyed watching it.
The only thing that bummed me out is they showed all the action scenes in the trailer.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it was going to be more
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
They advertised
like-
it horribly, so
Taken,
yeah,
but with a sweet kick-ass
Yeah.
chick in it.
yeah.
And it
I
wasn't.
mean, it's definitely like his worst film. Like the director, I can't remember his name right now. The French guy.
yeah.
But
decent
but also like,
song.
what are they gonna do? Because like at the end of the film,
Yeah, doesn't-
she destroys the universe. Like, where do you go from there?
Shit! I gotta see this movie.
Like, well, she destroys the universe by becoming a USB by becoming a USB drive.
Yes.
It's a weird film.
It's weird.
I need to see this movie.
And she becomes like Venom at the end. where
Yeah,
She's
it's-
like a symbiote that just goes everywhere.
So I mean, like, I don't know, maybe I don't know what they're gonna do, but I mean, I'm just because I don't know where they're gonna do
Yeah.
is what's making me curious about the sequel.
Maybe
so.
maybe the drug gives you trips you out and you think you're doing something, but you're really not.
maybe she'll like after she destroys the universe, she has a big bang, she becomes the new universe, and she's an evil god.
Yes. And here's the thing: is everybody loves that movie that I feel like I have to watch it again because I'm like, maybe I didn't get it the first
Lucy?
time. Yeah.
No one liked that movie. I'm the only person I know that liked that movie.
Really,
Like,
I have friends.
Really?
Yeah, who work with me. And it's like, oh, yeah, Lucy's pretty good.
I mean, I don't think it's great. I think it's I liked it more than a lot of people did, but like it goes out like 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. Even though Rotten Tomatoes is BS.
Shit,
so.
that's worse than Aloha.
And Aloha. Did you guys see Aloha?
No.
That's one of the worst movies I've seen this year.
Oh, well.
I've seen
Aw,
54
man.
films released in 2015. Like it's like in the top 10 bottom. So
Wow.
Oh,
Cameron Crowe.
I know, and I like it. I really wanted to like it, but like, okay, as spoilers alert, you don't see this Aloha. Fuck it.
I'm gonna see it.
The moment that's supposed to be like being like Bradley Cooper's a great guy now. It happens. I'm like, Bradley Cooper, you're a dick. Like, what happens is he blows up a satellite, and I'm like, okay, so that's millions of dollars down the drain, so you could get in Emma Stone's pants, like.
Did he say
Worth it.
aloha when he does it?
No, Aloha, bitches.
But
All right.
yeah, it's the one of the worst.
He's
ones
like,
this year.
Aloha, bitches. Hi, goodbye. Because Aloha means hi and goodbye. And-
Right.
Okay. I don't know if I had to
Oh.
explain the joke to anybody.
No.
It was just
no.
bad.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
It's funnier now that you explained it, though.
Good.
Yeah.
No, it's not. All right, that's news.
What comic book do you have for us this week, sir?
What's up, nerds? It's the Comics Corner.
Well, do I need to pause?
No.
Okay.
You can cut it.
I snuck it in.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet.
I snuck it in.
Unlike, cause I know, like, whenever I like listen to like the show and whenever you recommend a thing, it's always like an older comic that like I have to go out and find. Mm-hmm. This one I wanted to make it kind of like a newer one because it's one that's currently running.
Sure.
And I feel like it deserves more love. It's Ghost Racers. Have you guys seen this? It's the continuation of All New Ghost Rider. Which did you guys read All New Ghost Rider?
No.
You should definitely pick it up. It was one of my favorite Marvel Now series.
Huh.
It's
I heard it's good.
It's really good.
I think the art style turned a lot of people off on it.
Really? Because Darcel was the best part in my
Like,
opinion.
well, Ghost Rider looks a little goofy in it.
He looks goofy, but like it fits because like it kind of fits too.
The tone.
Yeah. Because it's like so basically All New Ghost Rider. It's a new Ghost Rider named Robbie Reyes, who's instead of a motorcycle, he has like a muscle car. That's his Ghost Rider. And,
Cooler.
yeah.
Already cooler.
And like, and like part of it is that like he gets Spirit of Vengeance, and Spirit of Vengeance is kind of evil, and it's another person. Sorry, I'm burping a lot. And so he has to deal with that kind of thing. Meanwhile, he's raising his brother by himself, who's like paralyzed. And so he has to deal with like that kind of issue. And it was like 12 issue kind of thing. Definitely pick it up, at least the first 5 issues, because then the artist leaves to get a new artist in. Some kind of style, but the first 5, it's by Tradd Moore. He's one of my favorite artists. But you should definitely check that out. And then Ghost Racers, it is so much fun. It's the most fun I've had in the comic in a long time.
Sweet.
It's, all of the Ghost, it's like after Secret Wars happens and the whole, like, combining the universe happens. And so Doom has this arena that's like NASCAR, that's all of the Ghost Riders, like, racing each other, and whoever wins is not tortured.
So it's like Death Race only with Ghost Riders.
It's wacky races meets the style of Mad Max. So,
All right, I'm on.
I feel like you need to read All New Ghost Rider first, because the main character of Ghost Racers is Robbie Reyes, and he's also the guy you kind of root for. He's like the popular one. But like, if you're a Ghost Rider fan, you will definitely like it, just because like they throw like the only Ghost Rider that's not been in it yet. I can't remember his name right now, but like he's the one that's supposed to be like take place in the future. But it has like Robbie Reyes, Phantom Rider, who's like the cowboy. It has Johnny Blaze. It has Danny Ketch, and it has Alejandro Blaze. And so it says like those 5 also racing. They all have their different styles of like battling each other on the field, and just like an entire issue of just like wacky races meets Mad Max.
Sweet.
It is so much fun. Like I definitely recommend, because I don't hear anyone talking about them, and I feel like it deserves to be talked about. So
Very cool.
Man,
I love it.
a Ghost Rider book.
Ghost Rider book.
That's neat.
yeah.
So check that out. I bet you can get it at Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics.
Yep. Talk to Andrew. Andrew will be on the show July 17th for Ant-Man.
Very cool.
I keep on bugging him every week. I'm like, you're coming on, dude. Don't fucking cheat out on us now.
Well, you've been promoting it for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah, I know.
Like now he has to, or
See,
else there's gonna be backlash.
So next time you tweet us, make sure you mention that Andrew's going to be on the show,
oh,
because
don't worry, I will.
I told him. I said, dude, I'm telling everybody, don't you fucking let the fans down. He says, oh yeah, I'm going to watch so many DC movies that week, and I'm just going to fucking trash them. Yes. Here's a little preview of Andrew being on the show.
That's exciting.
Yeah, awesome, great.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it. I haven't
Yeah.
picked it up yet. I have so many.
Definitely have to check it out. If, like, at least read the first 5 issues of All New Ghost Rider, and then because the first 5 is just interesting. Robbie Reyes. Second half is like when the evil side kind of starts taking over, and then Johnny Blaze comes in and starts like being like, you need to watch yourself. And they get like in a huge fight, like it's like a 3 issue fight,
Sweet.
and then that kind of transitions into the whole like battle race.
Very cool. These are the box office projections for this week.
This is the box office stats.
Did you want to say something, Brad?
Nope.
Oh,
okay.
You picked up the microphone and looked at me and was like, I'm going to say something to you, motherfucker.
Well, it's when I was listening to last week's show, I was like, do we need to re-record the nerd thing? Because he says, like, it's the box office stats, but now they're the box office projections.
It's okay.
Because I'm also going to do the box office stats. So, from last week.
I was also thinking, should we make this like a pool? Like we should all predict?
Yeah, because
And
that's
whoever's
what we introduced
closest,
it
like-
last week. I thought that's what it was going to be. We were like, we each say what we think are going to be like the top 5 or whatever. So it's
No,
like
because-
reveal.
I suck at that.
You want to do like Price is Right with it?
Or we can just be like who what's going to be number 1 and what you think is going to be the number wise. So
Yeah. Whoever's closest gets
bragging
To
rights.
move
has
on.
to pay for next week's movie, guys.
Oh, shit.
Fuck no.
That's like $40.
So, last week, Jurassic World, number 1 with $106 million. The second highest grossing movie. I mean, that's the biggest second weekend in movie history.
Really?
Yawn.
Oh, wow.
But the biggest news actually is Inside Out grossed $90 million,
Yeah.
which is the highest original Pixar movie ever. And it's also the first Pixar movie that's never opened number 1.
Jurassic World is the American Hustle of dinosaur movie. No, I'm just kidding.
It was
just
directed
kidding.
by David O. Russell. Dope actually outperformed at 6.1 million.
Yeah.
They're pegging it for I think 4 to 5.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's I mean for a little movie like that, I mean I'm sure
Yeah.
they probably
It cost, I think, $8 million to make.
Yeah.
And so, like, they're definitely going to make their money back that wise. I think, like they said, like advertising and whatnot was like $20 million.
Yeah.
But I think they'll definitely make that back eventually.
Oh, I'm sure they will. And it's getting so many good reviews that I think
Yeah.
it'll be one of those movies that has really long legs.
Yeah.
Um
You definitely check out Dope if you can.
yeah, so Inside Out way overperformed. Originally, they were predicting it's going to do like 74 million. So the box office is doing really well right now because usually they're pretty spot on their projections now. But the last couple weeks they've been off by like $10-15 million because the Sundays have been performing a lot better than traditionally. So right now, as it stands, there's.
Well, do we want to make predictions, or are we just scrapping that?
Do you want to make predictions?
It's not my show, so I probably shouldn't.
No, you're fine. So
I think it'd be fun.
yeah, so we have two new movies. Ted 2 is the big one.
Okay, so you already know some of the
Well, yeah, I'm looking at it
gross,
right now.
so we should all know that and then make the prediction.
I know, that's what I'm going to tell you. So I'll tell you where. Do you want me to tell you where they're projected to go, and then you guys can tell me what you think they're going to end up
Like
as?
the exact number, yeah.
Cool.
We can do that.
So we have Ted 2 right now is on its way to gross just below 50 million. So they're projecting it from like 40 to 47 million. But they don't think it's going to be enough to take out Jurassic World or Inside
Yeah,
Out.
I think it's going to come in third. So.
It's a rated R movie.
Yeah, I think that right now, I think they're saying Inside Out might make more in its second week than Jurassic World in
see
its
that,
third.
yeah.
So with that knowledge, we have. So you're going to have to predict above the Ted 2 at 45 million, basically. So I think Ted 2 is. I think it's going to hit 48 million. Around 48. I'm going to say 48.1 million. That's my prediction. 48.1.
Okay.
You guys better not Price is Right me and say 48.019.
I think it'll make $1.
So we're only, so we're only doing the one movie,
Sure.
not the other two. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you want me to tell you how much it made? They're projecting it to make today.
Because it made like 13 million last night, didn't it?
It made,
That made 2 million
2
last.
million last night, and they're saying high teens today.
All right.
Shit. I'll go with 35.
35 million? Wow.
I'm gonna go with
big drop
52.
off. 52.
I'm gonna say because of A Million Ways to Die in the West, Seth MacFarlane's
Yeah. It's
coming
kind of-
back up.
yeah.
So
I think that the majority of Family Guy fans don't even know that like those two movies are linked in any way. I think most of them saw Ted and were like, "Oh yeah, Ted." So I think it's going to
Peter
do
Griffenberg.
really well.
I'm going to do 40.
40. So we got 40, 35, 52, 48.1.
All right, we'll revisit next week.
I'll tweet out the actual numbers tomorrow.
Oh, there
'cause
you
they'll
go.
have them.
Yeah,
Well, they'll have the predicted numbers,
Yeah.
and it'll be pretty close.
yeah. Cool.
fuck that. I'm waiting for actuals, bitch.
Cool. So then Monday morning, I'll tweet out the actuals on Monday morning.
We all lose when Max gets $100 million this weekend.
I
Nice.
forgot to tell you when I was at seeing Jurassic Park or World 3D. I got there and there's like 2 long lines at the stairs. I was like, shit, I can't. This is gonna suck. And then I saw people like carrying around 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, and I was like, what's these lines for? And they said,
Special screening.
special screening of Max.
Yeah.
And then that line became like 5 lines. So there's like 5 lines of people for this hero dog movie
Yeah.
that I had never really even heard of until
Here's
preview.
the also keep in mind, the movie doesn't make any money off that. Like that's all free tickets.
Yeah.
So like that's not gonna like you just saw like 5 lines.
Well-
that's not gonna mean.
Well, what they want people to do is be like, "Oh, I loved Max."
yeah.
yeah.
And then they'll start. Have you seen when they start putting people's Twitter
Oh, yeah.
responses
Yeah,
like
yeah,
as
yeah.
reviews? Really?
yeah.
It's like that's the best you could get. Like,
Yeah.
Still, like people coming out on Monday night for that movie. It's like
Yeah.
there's way more interest in that movie than I thought there would be.
They're saying it's
Well,
gonna
to be
make like
fair,
10 mil.
like because I go to like advanced screenings whenever I can, it's always people that only go see those movies because they're free. It's not people that actually want to see the movies.
Oh.
It's just like, hey, I
Hey,
can
I got
see
some
movie
free
free.
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
the same reason why I saw Here Comes the Boom a year in advance. Like,
Here comes the boom.
These
best
are,
Kevin James film.
Oh my god.
just a
Really?
smidgen above Paul Blart.
Do you know that movie still turned
Hitch-
like $30
Hitch is a
million
good
profit?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I emailed Happy Madison saying, hey, I have a script for Paul Blart 3 Space Cop.
Nice.
Buy me for $5. Just give me writer's credit. I haven't heard back yet. So, like,
Well, the funny thing is because I've been watching Adam Sandler movies, I went back and I looked at his box office performance. He's really consistent. I mean, his movies make like $150 million almost consistently. The one movie I saw, I was like, that Jack and Jill looks so stupid. It's the only Adam Sandler movie I haven't seen.
Saw it in theaters.
Did you?
Yep.
And
ironically.
I was like, man, I don't know if I want to see it. I'm like, was that movie even popular? $147 million.
It had a huge opening weekend, I remember.
Yeah, I cannot believe
So
that.
I was like, that's not supposed to happen.
And then something like Rain Over Me made like $10 million its whole run. I know. Anyways, this is what's coming out on Blu-ray next week. Oh, I got one coming.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Is the one you have coming Sean Penn's The Gunman on Blu-ray?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're such a big Sean Penn fan?
Yeah.
Like me? You and me, man.
I was reading Blu-ray.com's review of that. It comes with no special features.
Really?
Yeah, none.
Did they just not film any special features? They're like, it's going to be shitty. Let's just not even.
There's just nothing special about it.
Yeah. You know what special feature I would like? I'd like a cut of the film without Sean Penn in it. So Get Hard is the big Blu-ray release of this week. Is that the one you're getting?
No.
Okay. Is Last Night starring Morgan Freeman and Clive Owen, which I think is actually a Knights movie.
No.
That's kind of I'm slightly
Like Knights?
yeah, like Knights movie.
Last Knight?
Yeah, like the Dark Knight, Last Knights. While We're Young, which is that movie with those people being like.
You'd see that.
Is it good?
It's Mark Ruffalo, right?
No, While We're Young, that has Ben
that's
Stiller.
Begin Again.
Yeah. Begin Again, just don't worry about. While We're Young is actually really funny. So
I think you tweeted us to see that movie, and we decided not to see any movies that people tweeted us that week.
Yep.
They saw Maggie, so
Yeah, we saw Maggie.
God damn it! I should have listened to you. I think that the movie you have coming is Vanilla Sky, starring
is.
Tom Cruise.
Open your eyes. That's my Penelope Cruz. That was
That's
awesome.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Well, I'm getting really excited because, originally that movie.
For Vanilla Sky.
It's funny. I can show you on my Amazon account. I literally ordered this movie 10 months ago.
really,
It was supposed to come out, and then Cameron Crowe, before it came out, it's like, I'm going to put all new special features on it. And I just read on Blu-ray.com, there's a new commentary, a new ending, another commentary with somebody else, and then he does a commentary with the composer, and she live plays commentary, music during it.
What? That's cool.
And it sounds really fascinating.
That's really cool.
I haven't seen this movie since I saw it in theaters, so I'm interested to see it again.
It's funny that like I was so sad about us talking about Aloha, and then I made fun of Vanilla Sky. So clearly, Cameron Crowe is kind of hit and miss.
well,
I-
like
I
for me,
shouldn't
I've
be.
liked almost all of Cameron Crowe except Aloha, which I distinctly hated.
Aww. I think. Oh, there is a Scream Factory release this week, which is a double feature of Ghost House and Witchery, which are both pretty cool covers.
They are, but I looked those up. I've never seen them, and their IMDb ratings are like 4.0.
Oh yeah.
Which means it's probably not very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ghost House. There's a house, right? And in front of it is this ghostly figure of a girl, like floating, and her eyes are all white, and she's like, and all freaky looking. And in her lap is the disembodied head of a clown with sharp teeth, and she's holding a cassette tape.
So she like holding. So the head's in the lap.
Head's
she's
in the lap.
holding the cassette tape.
She's holding it like this, like just
Like, what's up?
you know,
It's
yeah,
like-
like just hey man, I got this cassette tape. I'm gonna feed this cassette tape
Can
to
you
this
make
clown
that noise
head.
again, James?
You know, that's just the sound that like ghosts make when they're like fucking constipated.
The go-to ghost movie.
The ghost fuckers.
Because yeah, like I don't know what she's doing with the cassette tape. People need, if you're listening to this, go look up the cover to Ghost House and figure out what the fuck this girl is doing with that cassette tape. It's kind of like that scene in Men in Black where you just see her and you're like, I don't know what she's doing with that cassette tape, but she's up to no good. Like, I don't get it. And then, okay, so Witchery is it's Linda Blair. Same thing. House, girl in front, cleavage pouring out. She's running. She's in like a robe. And then above it is just a big picture of some woman getting her lips sewn shut. And her eyes are all whited out just like in Ghost House. So she's probably also like, or whatever. Pretty cool covers. So I don't know that anyone should see the movies, but whatever. Cover is cool.
Well, Scream Factory will have features on them.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
If you like horror films.
yeah.
This week we saw Ted 2. Henry, should people go see Ted 2?
Okay, I'll preface this by saying I did not like Ted 1. I thought I'm one of the very few people that thought what Million Ways to Die in the West was okay. I will say this film, if you like the other films and like Seth MacFarlane's kind of humor where it's just like joke, and not a really like moving story, then check it out. Otherwise, I would say you can probably catch it when it's on TV or something like that, just to have it, hear the jokes. So
Cool. Bradley.
Yes, I felt like it was like a live action Family Guy cartoon. I remember liking the first movie, but not enough to buy it.
Yeah.
And this one is, I don't know, I actually thought it was a little more of a serious script, but also still funny. But yeah, I had fun.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the same camp. I think the movie is. There are a lot of scenes in the movie that are hilarious, and I laughed so hard at. The times when it's trying to tell me a story are fucking atrocious and boring. But honestly, they aren't that long, and they don't come up that often. So the majority of the movie is just really funny, and there's some great jokes in there that are worth seeing. If you're somebody who, like traditionally just hates Family Guy, and I'm kind of like that. Then maybe just wait for a Blu-ray. But otherwise, like if your friends are going to see Ted 2, like go see Ted 2 with them. You'll have a good time.
Yeah, I had lots of fun watching the film. I thought it was pretty funny. I think what's amazing about it before we play the trailer is how much Ted feels like he's in the real world. I think it's a great hands off to those visual effects guys.
They did a better job this time of his CGI model or whatever.
Yeah, he felt like he
I
felt like he had weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah, the texture is more
Yeah.
crisp, I guess. I don't.
And his facial expressions.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the Red Band trailer for Ted 2. I don't know if it exists. I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it does. I'll find it.
Okay, you ready?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Here it comes.
Okay, I'm ready.
Boom, boom.
Let's all go to court.
Boom, boom.
Hey, you lawyer guys, you don't know me and Johnny are watching you while we're high.
That was fucking
That
magic.
felt smooth. Listen, I got some big news to tell you.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Tammy Lynn and I are gonna have a baby.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wait. How do you guys...
That's the thing. We gotta find a sperm donor.
Ted, we could get in a lot of trouble.
Can you think of someone better than him?
Would be a sweet-ass fucking baby.
Tom fucking Brady. 4 Super Bowl rings. Guaranteed Hall of Famer. Now let's give him a hand job into this red plastic cup.
Sweet God, baby Jesus.
And that's at rest.
What the hell? Get out of my house!
Oh, God!
Take your teddy bear with you!
Holy shit! A perfect spiral!
Hey, Johnny, thanks for yanking out a sample for me.
Thunder Buddies for life, remember?
What is that?
Getting ready, dude.
You got your hand on your dick. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get it half hard so when I get in there I can just bust it out.
Sitting out here in a public jerking off? Where you think you are, Red Lobster?
Teddy, if we want to have a baby, you're going to have to prove you're a person in a court of law.
They said I'm property.
Well, like garbage or a piece of shit?
And maybe more like a hammer or an orange.
It's just a word.
Better ask my ancestors. 1 minute, you in Africa. You in the river washing your clothes, titties just hanging. Next thing you know, you getting fucked by Thomas Jefferson.
Wow, you make history come alive. Johnny, what are we gonna do?
We'll get a lawyer and we'll sue the fucking government for your civil rights.
Let's go back, let's go back.
You must be Ted.
Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I'm 26.
Well, I just don't want my lawyer singing Frozen songs during the opening arguments. We really appreciate your time, but I think what we're probably gonna do is just take a seat and get to work.
Trust you completely.
Yeah, we really feel like you got a lot to offer.
I get migraines.
I'm gonna get a huge migraine in the parking lot in about 20 minutes.
Ted, you're special. But what defines a person is making a contribution to society.
Take that, motherfucker! Hey, that's what you get for fucking exercising. Can I use your laptop?
Yeah, go ahead.
What the fuck?
What's going on?
There's so much porn!
I've been meaning to clear some of that out.
Look at the organization here. Clockwise rim job, counterclockwise rim job.
Sometimes you like seeing the tongue go the other way.
Chicks with dicks.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I have a disease, all right? I need help.
There are no chicks with dicks, Johnny. Only guys with tits.
Yeah, so in the movie, You know, there is one inconsistency in the movie, besides a talking teddy bear. In the first Ted, remember, he's like nailing Tammy Lynn in the back, so he obviously can have sex.
Yeah, I thought he had a dick.
Yeah, but then you think about it, maybe he just was wearing a strap on. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like.
But anyways, in Ted 2, I mean, the trailers pretty much set it up. He gets married to Tammy Lynn, and they want to have a baby. They can't. Because actually one of my favorite throwaway lines was Dennis Haysbert plays a doctor in it. And they go in and he says, like, you can't have babies. And they show it like an X-ray. And she says, oh, that looks pretty good. He's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, that's not yours. This is yours. And he flips it on and has all these black masses over it. And this is my favorite part. She says, you've seen that before, right? He says, no, I threw up and I thought about quitting medicine.
I laughed so hard.
And he just says it so fast and not going for a joke at all. It's just really well done.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they decide they're going to adopt, and when they fill out adoption papers, it's revealed that they don't view Ted as a human being or a living person. And so it's his fight to prove that he is living, and it's really funny. I think too, the only weird part too is Ted 1 was all about getting together with Mila Kunis, and then it's like, oh, she's not in this one. And it's just weird because
he's really sad about that divorce, though.
Yeah. Because isn't Mila Kunis and Seth MacFarlane like really good friends, and she's like in all his stuff?
She was busy filming Jupiter Ascending. So
is that why?
I think she was doing something else, so I don't know.
Is she having a baby? Maybe she was having a baby.
She was having a baby. You're right. Yeah. She was having a baby.
Also, it just negates the first movie a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, they went through all that trouble for nothing.
But then again, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because it's just like any cartoon where nothing carries over and it doesn't matter.
This is a movie that has cutaways to Ted in like a hooker outfit giving blowjobs.
Yeah.
So.
But the funny, my wife sits there and she's laughing, and I always laugh at my wife because she says she hates movies like this. She hates movies like this, but she's sitting there telling me, she's like, I like the first Ted. I said, so you like Family Guy? She said, no. I said, Ted is literally Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
It's the same voice.
It's the same voice, and it's like the same character, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it is not Family Guy. Because I don't like Family Guy, and
when's the last time you watched Family Guy?
I don't know. The last
exactly.
time,
So you don't know.
The last time
tonight, James.
The last time I was frustrated and watching a cartoon at the same time.
It's still funny.
But how often is Marky Mark in Family Guy? So
right, there you go.
Marky Mark is the saving grace of the Ted franchise.
Well, and Marky Mark's really good in it. Like
he is. Oh my god, I love the scene when he's walking down the hallway because he's trying to get back into dating, and he's walking down the hallway and he's hitting on the woman who is like leading him to the room where he's gonna jerk off into the cup. It is so like perfectly awkward and like he's really good. He's really good.
There's no chicks with dicks, only dudes with boobs. Boobs with dudes with tits.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, that's like the Family Guy humor, though, because oh, you got to mash this laptop, and they mash it, so it's good. Like, no, people can still get it. Let's go bury it in the harbor. And so then they scuba dive to the bottom of Boston Harbor to bury it. It's just zany things like that.
But those aren't the jokes that I ended up laughing at the most. The jokes I ended up laughing at the most were like the fish. Right, when she's singing the song.
She's singing the song, and the fish jumps out of the water.
Animals.
The lobster's just sitting there. I love like the Jurassic Park song. Like,
the Jurassic Park song.
Half the audience didn't get it.
No, I got right. Like that's such a distinct theme that as soon as it starts, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, a lot of times the kids to my right were always like whispering, like, "Why are they laughing? I don't get it."
What assholes?
Yeah. Well, they are assholes. They were talking a bunch, but.
And then just like when you're such a nerd, and you know they do the close up of Ted at that part, it's like they're moving in herds. It's just so.
You didn't even need to say it. Like I got the joke.
Yeah, but it's still funny though. It's just bizarre.
I think that joke was there for those people who still didn't get it.
Yeah,
because I was dying laughing. Like they hadn't even started the score yet, but it was just those two little beats as the sound starts to build. Yeah. And I watched Jurassic Park this week, so it was really obvious to me. And I just started dying laughing. And Rafe's sitting next to me. He's just like, "What is happening? Why is James dying?" And then the score kicked in, and he was like, "Oh."
But there's also to me, I think the best parts of the film too are the little like throwaway jokes really fast.
Yeah.
You know when
oh my god,
Mark Wahlberg's on the witness stand. And the other lawyers and everyone's like, nobody even fucking likes you, man. You're eating lunch by yourself.
I saw you.
Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah. Poor Liam Neeson trying to buy tricks.
Yeah. I'm going to take this home, and no one's going to follow me.
When they tell Amanda Seyfried that she has Gollum eyes.
Yeah. And then
No,
she
you,
sees
you
Gollum.
have, you have eyes that say that ring's my precious.
And it's so bad because for a second you look at it and you go, like, holy shit, she does.
But the thing, I just thought she looked really pretty in this movie.
She does.
And
but I'm never going to be able to look at her the same again.
I've never really thought she. I mean, they always thought she was cute, but for in this movie, man, she was pretty attractive.
Yeah.
And they riffed on the Breakfast Club and
Oh yeah, that was good.
a bunch of things.
When the movie started out, I was like looking at Patrick Warburton and the other guy. I'm like, God, that guy looks so familiar. Where have I seen him before? And then by the time they got to Comic-Con and it's Michael Dorn dressed up as Worf, I'm like, oh, that's right, that's him. And he's like so skinny compared to.
Well, even then too, like at the beginning, like fuck you, yeah, fuck me, let's go fuck. Okay,
Yep.
All right.
And then they team up to like kick around nerds. It's great.
Like I really like those things, but like no one else in the theater like was laughing at them.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause, like each one like was different.
When,
Like,
when that happens, you kind of feel like a jerk. You're like, should I be laughing at this
Yeah,
stuff?
they're kind of brutal.
Yeah, they were. And I'll pretend I'm not looking at your dick.
Oh, what the fuck? There's shit on his pants.
like my whole thing about it was that like I thought like when it first started, I really liked it. I thought like this is the best Seth MacFarlane film yet. But then like once it got to the whole like you're not a person thing, and it started having like that kind of message of like racism and like equality, I was just like, okay, this is not the right film for this kind of message. Like,
I know. I was just like, I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
And,
it's like
it's a day where that story is actually kind of interesting and
Yeah.
important, right? And I'm sitting there going like, can we go back to like the fart? Can you go back to drawing misspelling penis on Amanda Seyfried's face? Because
Yeah, like-
that's
I was
way
so
better
hoping she was
than
going to show up
all
in
of
court
this.
with that on her head.
Oh, see, that would yeah, like that's
and
the
that's why they lose the case. Like,
totally that would have been really good.
yeah.
Totally, yeah. It just totally loses itself during those moments. And it gets it back real fast, and like
Yeah,
they usually end those little sequences with like Mark Wahlberg saying something really dumb
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
getting a good laugh. But yeah,
But like
it is
my problem is
weird.
that it was just very like, I guess it just didn't know what it wanted to be, because like it had like those very serious moments where it would have that kind of scene, then it would have that one throwaway joke, then it would go back to like a silly scene, then it would go back to another serious scene, and it was just like, what do you want me to feel about this?
But
like,
I don't think that it was. I don't think it genuinely wanted to be taken seriously. Like it is
Yeah,
still
yeah.
just it is still a movie with a talking teddy
Yeah.
bear. The problem is that like that is their excuse for a plot.
yeah,
But like it's hard to make like racism or equality the excuse for a plot and make it a joke at the same time.
if they wanted to like do something like this, I think it would have been better if it was just like, because like at the end it had Morgan Freeman being like, we have to prove like you're a good person. I think it would have been cool if like they said, well, you're not a person, but you can qualify yourself as a good person if you do these good things. And the film followed Ted and like Mark Wahlberg trying to do good
This
things.
turns into like My Name Is Earl. But
Yeah,
with a teddy
like-
bear.
But instead it has to go around like it's a courtroom drama now. Like,
No.
so.
But we also got some really good.
Yeah.
Bam,
Like-
bam, bam, bam. Let's all go to court.
I mean, like I said, like I liked it. It was definitely the funniest film that he's made so far. I laughed the most out of all of them. But like my only thing is that like it is just this joke. Whereas like comedies that like I like are like this is a joke that will affect this later and like that kind of thing. And like each joke kind of affects the plot in a way, whereas it's just like it's like Family Guy. So it's like if you like Family Guy, you'll probably like this kind of thing. Where it's like
I still love Family Guy.
yeah, like and so like and like that's and like I just don't like Family Guy, and so it's just not my film. So.
I
You
really
said
like
it again. Is that like something you can say?
Oh,
What was the I think it was the second case Ted and Mark Wahlberg were what were they talking to each other about? Because I felt like it was a setup for something that was going to come later and then it didn't happen. Damn it.
is
What
it
was
when
it?
they say like erection
Oh, yeah.
sustained?
No, it's
Stained.
no, they reference somebody like
Yeah, that is the only
What
weird
was
thing
that?
too. Is they had the second courtroom thing and it like immediately ended.
Yeah.
I guess you don't have to see it again
Because I don't need to sit through another speech about equality. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he gave Morgan Freeman gave the speech, but I don't know. It seemed weird.
there's the thing about the voodoo shit or something. Like don't mess with that wizardry. What was he talking about? Damn it.
oh man, I don't remember.
That was. And he said, "Oh, he's a fucking zombie." Oh, Ted.
Yeah.
Let's all go to court. And I also want to give
Coming
props to Seth MacFarlane. He wrote that Moon song.
That
that's in there.
Pretty little song.
Yeah. He loves that stuff. He loves big show tunes, and that's why the opening, maybe some people will be confused, but he loves openings like that. He loves Fred Astaire. And
Oh, it's definitely confusing. I don't know why that scene's there, but it's really good.
I mean, like, when I saw it, I was just like, okay, so it's clear they were like, we need to have, like, the opening credits at some point. And, like, the film, like, each line, and, like, even though they were joke lines, they were, like, kind of progressing the film.
And I know there's a lot more into this movie that's been edited out, because I was even telling James that, or maybe it was Brad, I don't remember, that the trailer shows like cars exploding in a car chase.
Yeah.
And he also has like a song and dance number that's in the trailer that didn't make it. So maybe the movie's another 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the Beetlejuice thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, come on, Michael Keaton, show up.
That would have been sweet.
Make a cameo.
Well, I was thinking that too. I thought, like, so Michael Keaton's going to be one of the celebrity cameos in this. Like,
yeah. Or he's going to come back in, like, the end of the movie or something.
That would have been sweet if he says, Beetlejuice 3 times and the door opens. Whoa, wrong courtroom. Or something. It's just Michael
That'd be
Keaton
fun.
or something.
Showtime. Crickets. Yeah.
Wrong courtroom. But Liam Neeson's cameo was amazing.
Yeah, that one's really
It was kind of because, like, Ted 1 and both Ted 1 and Million Ways, they both had a lot of celebrity cameos. This one felt like it did not have nearly as many.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you had the 3 or whatever it was.
There's Liam Neeson. Who else is that? I can't remember anybody else. Oh,
Michael Dorn.
Michael Dorn.
Yeah.
Sam Jones, Flash Gordon himself.
Well, John Slattery's from Mad Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, those aren't like those are like actual characters. Like, I mean, like that guy, he is a cameo.
Oh, just people being themselves.
Yeah. Because like in the first one, there was like a ton of them. Like,
yeah.
And then
Sam
Patrick
Jones,
Stewart. So.
No, Patrick Stewart has the narrator.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how awesome the Family Guy porn looks?
Oh, jeez.
Because I really want just a DVD of just the non-sex sections of that movie.
Do you really?
Is
that something you want on display in your house?
I think I do. Yeah, like
it was just bad.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
And like James, hates Family Guy, so I leaned over and says, "Yeah, see, it takes geniuses to write Family Guy because that's people who don't know how to write Family Guy trying to write Family Guy."
No, honestly, that show it felt exactly like Family Guy.
No way. It was
except for the acting was worse. It felt like Family Guy.
Not even close.
And that they were all grabbing their dicks during every scene.
Well, like, I mean, another thing about like that Family Guy like porn parody, I'm not sure if you noticed it, but like every scene was like cartoony and had set, except the sex scene with the wheelchair guy.
Yeah.
They used an actual room for that. I was like, wait a second, like,
That was just a porn set.
Yeah, like
no, it's bad. It's not even close to Family
we're not
Guy
about
writing.
to like, get into critiquing a porn though. Like,
well, should it have been?
No, I mean it's when amateurs try to write it and you're not as funny.
Well, I don't think people are watching it for the jokes.
Shame on you, the porn industry, for
Yeah.
making
Hey,
a
if
good
you're gonna
episode
make
of Family
a
Guy.
parody of a porn of a show, at least make it good. Don't be shitty. Well, that's the problem. Is you got people that aren't funny actors. Like who's the dude who's Quagmire?
yeah, like
He's literally just moving his head back and forth and going giggity, and he wasn't doing giggity right.
Yeah,
you heard him. Porn industry. Ryan wants you to not be shitty.
Yeah.
Ryan will direct it for you.
I will direct it for you. I will star as Peter Griffin. I have a better Peter Griffin voice.
Oh boy.
I know Lois was kind of hot in it.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, dude, and how bad was like the chicken fight? Come on.
Yeah, I was like, why? Like, you're a porn. Why do you need this? Like,
I thought it was hilarious because there was a chicken fight in a porn.
I thought we were talking about the actual movie itself. Like in the Comic-Con scene, there was a guy wearing a chicken suit, and I was like,
yeah,
I didn't even notice
why not just have like a Peter Griffin look-alike and the chicken guy fighting in the background of that brawl?
Oh,
but
that would have been good.
They didn't do it.
Ralph Garman was a stormtrooper. If no one caught that.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Go see Captain Kirk. I'm sorry, you guys have to deal with that.
No, man,
don't,
isn't worth
don't waste
it.
your time. It's not worth it.
Nice.
Nice. So yeah, next week we're seeing Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
You're not seeing Minions or
that's
Magic Mike XXL.
Minions is the following week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it's the 10th.
I'll be not anywhere near
You don't need.
us.
They shouldn't make a Minions movie. You're taking the comic relief characters from a comedy movie and giving them their own movie where they can't talk. So that doesn't make sense to me.
Bella. No, they fall in love with fire hydrants and shit.
They'll probably say
Hilarious.
banana.
Are they really the comic relief or just like a symbol for everything that's wrong with children's entertainment today?
Both.
I think they're cute movies.
Well,
James didn't like Jurassic World.
The Despicable Me movies are fine. The Minions are the worst part of it, though. I think so. Anyway.
Agreed. Except for the part where they're
Except
fine.
everybody else loves it. My wife is excited for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, don't judge my wife.
She doesn't always have the best taste.
No, she doesn't. Like, her books are the most depressing shit you'll ever see. And you're like, why do you read stuff like that?
Yep.
You've known her for so long, too. It's just like, she always reads the most depressing crap.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see Terminator Arnold fight Arnold. I've been waiting for you. I hope it's as good as Maggie.
I hope it's as good as Terminator 2, like James Cameron promised it is.
Yeah, James Cameron said it was good.
And he swears he didn't get paid.
He did. Well, James Cameron's
He
an
doesn't need the
asshole.
money.
Yeah, James Cameron's an asshole, so if he says it's good, I believe him.
No, if he says it's good, that doesn't actually sway me one way or the other because he made Avatar.
Yeah.
That was your number 3 movie?
Yeah, but that movie's not amazing.
No.
That movie is about on par with Jurassic World.
Avatar?
Yeah.
You hate spewed Jurassic World for like 12 minutes, and Avatar was in your top 10 movies from 2009.
Yeah, but I was dumb back then.
All right,
He was a dumb kid.
I was a dumb kid.
Man, 5 years.
Actually,
has
I would
changed
rather
in 6
no.
years.
Actually, I would rather watch Avatar than
God, it's
Jurassic
only
World.
4 more years till we eclipse that.
Yeah. Cool.
Henry, thank you for stopping by.
Oh,
We
no, I love
appreciate it.
being
thank
here,
you.
so.
Holy shit, it's fucking late.
Yeah, it is. One more time, how do people find you online? How do they support you?
Oh, you can
Whatever
find me on Twitter at ByroniCHenry. That's about it. You can just find my tweets and I'll tweet some other stuff out. So.
Sweet. Very cool. Love it.
All
Yeah,
right.
come back sometime.
Yeah, come back.
I'd love to.
Always
Do it.
welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you, Jurassic World's awesome.
Visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can tweet us at real_nerds. You can email us even, realnerds@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook. Hey, stream us on Stitcher. You want to call us? 720-6nerds5. And download us on iTunes. Just search Real Nerds. Thank you, Joe Kempter, for the wonderful voiceover. And also Spark Mandrill for the wonderful late-night jazz smooth sounds of movies. You can find him on SoundCloud. This has been a Nebulous Visions production.